You're watching the Winston-Salem Fairground Friday Night Rivals presented by Rowan Law. Tonight, two schools separated by just 7 miles meet in the latest installment of one of Guilford County's oldest rivalries. Tonight, it's Southwest Guilford paying a visit to Ragsdale. And we welcome you to Jamestown. Chris Edwards, happy to be alongside Mark Covert and delighted to have you with us. Mark, it's going to sound cliche, sure, but with this rivalry, you can throw the records out the window. The last 6 meetings have been decided by 10 points or less. 3 of those meetings have been decided by a single point. So with that thought in mind, what's the difference tonight?
Well, it's going to be about having that will to win. Who's going to have a greater will to get the ball into the end zone, put points on the board, and find those splash plays early on?
Well, the guys who are going to make those splash plays tonight are on display. We'll start with Southwest Guilford, and it begins with that running back core and Cam McCain.
Yeah, Cam McCain is a solid rusher, very consistent. He's got the chance to be the focal point of this offense here tonight and really lead them to victory. And you can't talk about Ragsdale football unless you flip it over that linebacking core. Edion Dixon is the guy, a fast linebacker, very instinctive. It's going to be a fun little matchup between those two.
All right, Mark, for more on our contest, let's say hi to the third member of our team. Good evening to Hannah Brady.
Thanks, guys. Excited to be here for another Friday night matchup as Southwest Guilford takes on Ragsdale here at home. Both these teams have already faced a number of adversities so far this season, as Ragsdale has had a number of game cancellations so far in the season. Hard to find that consistent momentum throughout this course. And Southwest Guilford has had an adjustment moving up to a 4A conference. So excited to see how these teams battle it out here tonight. Chris and Mark, back to you.
Hannah, thanks. Will it be the Cowboys who wrangle the win, or will the Tigers pounce on their second victory of the season? We'll find out next on My 48.
Referee Hubert Putman, umpire Jamie Payne, headline judge Jonathan Parkey, line judge Marlene Williamson, back judge Zachary Cooper, and clock operator Eric Holloway.
Big rivalry matchup tonight here at Ragsdale. Chris Edwards, Mark Covert, Hannah Brady, the rest of our tremendous team. Mark should be in for a hoot between these two big rivals.
Yeah, and a good rivalry game here tonight. An opportunity to look at this game and really throw out the records here tonight. You're playing a football game against some of your biggest opponents. Stakes are high, emotions are high as well, and have the chance to have a pretty good one here tonight.
I mean, it's senior night for Ragsdale. Certainly want to go out on top. That's a memory that will last the ages for these Ragsdale players. For Southwest Guilford, I mean, they're 3-5. Not out of the possibility that they could still get into the playoffs. Sure. The 4A ranks as a wild card. So there's a lot on the line, despite maybe the records not being where both of these teams want them coming in to the final couple weeks of the regular season.
Right, any coaching staff in America will tell you, you got to control what you can control. And if you're Southwest Guilford coming into this game, you still have an outside chance of making the playoffs. but you've got to handle your business starting here tonight. Going into next week, you win your final games, you've given yourself a chance to go into the postseason. As for Ragsdale, just finding some consistency here. A young group, inexperienced, trying to find their footing as they continue forward into the future.
All right, let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's take a look at your keys to the game for this contest, Mark, for these two teams. You mentioned some of the things that might be important, but these are the couple things for each squad you feel like are vitally important to have success tonight.
Well, for Southwest Guilford, establishing that running game early is going to be paramount for them if they want to come away with a victory and continue that postseason push. And sustaining drives is part of running the football consistently, getting points on the board. And for Ragsdale, finding that consistency, as we already mentioned, just doing what you're supposed to do, handling your business, which leads into knowing your role. This coaching staff wants these young players to not get ahead of themselves, play within themselves. Just go out there and play a little bit of football.
Do you remember your senior night playing in high school?
I do, very much so. It was a good festive game, I believe, against Hopewell, over in the Charlotte area. So nothing like the Friday Night Lights. And that last night, that senior night, is an emotional one for these guys who only get to step on the field one last time here at home.
All right, so you see the coin toss there. Ragsdale won the toss and will elect to receive the opening kickoff. So we'll see this Ragsdale offense on the field first as the Tigers get ready to come out onto the field. And take a look at tonight's starting lineup powered by the United States Navy. Set your career in motion. Call your local Navy recruiter today. America's Navy, forged by the sea. Devin Hackstall has been a really great game manager for this offense for Ragsdale, but it's really the running attack that gets it going, and then you see the defense there on the flip side for Southwest Guilford. Yeah,
you want to talk about that rushing attack. Mason Harris, the running back for Ragsdale. Nice little athlete as well. Not really a true running back or wide receiver. He does a little bit of everything. He's got a tall task against this defense tonight here for Ragsdale, led by number 65 there, Hunter Kane.
On the flip side for Southwest Guilford, their defense has been sort of feast or famine at times this year. Mark, they've allowed 21 points or less 3 times this year, but they've also allowed 30 points or more in games 3 times, too.
Yeah, it's just kind of flip or flop, Jekyll and Hyde, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at a team that has the opportunity to really put a complete game together. We've seen them do it on some occasions in their 3 wins. However, in their losses, it's gone the other way. So they got to find a way to really knock that down if they're going to continue this postseason push and find themselves playing beyond next week.
This is a Southwest Guilford program that has not had a losing season since 2015. They went 6-7, still a chance to finish at 500 as this season progresses on. Southwest and Ragsdale each have a couple of games left as we wind down the regular season. Just a gorgeous night for football.
Oh, yeah.
Temperatures in the mid-70s, a light breeze, darkness setting in a little bit earlier. It's just a tremendous night.
Well, you said probably perfectly when we were down on the field earlier, Chris, it's football weather.
It is.
It feels like we're now getting into the meat and potatoes of the season. The cool weather has started to roll in now. These last few nights have been a little chilly. Got a really nice night for football here weather-wise.
Faison Irvin and Javin Brown are back deep here to receive this opening kickoff for Ragsdale. It'll be Dawson Loya ready to boot it away. Our first kickoff of the night brought to you by Arnold Jones Services Heating and Air. We can handle all your heating and air conditioning needs. Great to have you with us. The last 6 meetings have all been decided by 10 points or less. And off we go from Ragsdale. A live ball. And pouncing on it first. No official signal. It will be Ragsdale football.
Ragsdale recovers the boot stick and starts
Okay.
1st and 10.
A little bit of excitement there early on.
Tobias Reeves there to fall on the loose ball. Now we will see this offense on the field first. There's Johnny Boykin in his 4th season as the head coach here at Ragsdale. Longtime assistant, served as the defensive coordinator for Tommy Norwood for several years, was head coach at Charleston High School at Stall High down in Charleston for a year. Returned here in 2015 as a defensive coordinator and took over for Tommy Norwood, as we mentioned, won 167 games as the head coach at Ragsdale.
Coach Boykin told us this week he wants his players to figure out their roles, be accountable for them, see how they do on this first drive.
Opening play from scrimmage. Hackstall's passed for 410 yards this year, and he's flushed, and he's intercepted on the game's first play. It's Corbin Wilson streaking down the field. 1st and goal for the Cowboys. It's the first pick of the year for the sophomore Wilson.
Well, realistically, Haskell, 4 interceptions coming into this one, and he really needs to do a great job of taking care of the football in this game. Not a great start here. Forcing the football into coverage. Southwest Guilford just sitting right on top of that one. Great play to break on the football. And just like that, this offense for the Cowboys comes out in great field position.
5th interception thrown by Ragsdale. It's a return of 30 yards for the sophomore. And now 1st down and goal to go for Southwest Guilford. Wilson stays on as a wide receiver. McCain, the big guy in the backfield. Instead, it's Hairston who is strung out. Ball's on the ground. And did Ragsdale fall on it? They did not. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Whew. Well, an interception on the first play, a fumble on the second now. I mean,
and a loose ball in the opening kickoff.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So ball security already an issue all over the field. Good job by Ragsdale to cover the field, force the fumble, just can't complete the play and fall on top of that one.
Yeah, Amir Mitchell knocked it out. There's Chuck Doak in his 4th season. You saw him a moment ago, the head coach at Southwest Guilford. 2nd and goal to go. This is an offense for Southwest Guilford, averaging 114 yards a game on the ground. There's Coach Doak, defensive-minded head coach, hired in 2018 to lead the Cowboy program. He's also the defensive coordinator at Southwest Guilford. Still calls the defense for the Cowboys. Back to the ground. Straight ahead, it's McCain, who with a 2nd effort fights his way toward the goal line and gets in. For the 6th time this year, McCain finds pay dirt. And it's the Cowboys who ride into town and take the early lead.
Good job by McCain. The 2nd push there, continuing to drive those legs. Not go down on first contact, spins around, finds a little bit of room to work with. You see it here, big 41 just driving through, powering his way to the end zone. Really nice way to finish that drive and capitalize on the turnover by their defense.
A Sunbelt Rentals touchdown. Sunbelt Rentals offering rental locations across the Triad to quickly deliver ready-to-work equipment when and where you need it. And now Loya on for the extra point. And that bangs off of our scissor lift and is good. Look out, coming right into your living room there. An early 7-point lead off the turnover.
We'll let that drive. Pretty steady, recovering from the fumble on the first play from scrimmage. Settling down and powering it in for a run.
Watch this. Doink.
Tell you what. Like that, nice little pop right there on the extra point.
6 of 6 in extra points this year for the sophomore, who kicked extra points a year ago. And now an early 7-0 lead for Southwest Guilford.
Again, just a nice drive there. Good job by the defense, forcing the turnover early. First play from scrimmage, able to jump a route out into the flat and pick it off, and the offense finishes the job just like they should. So a good job and a good start to this game for the Cowboys of Southwest Guilford.
Now Loya ready for another Arnold Jones Services Heating and Air kickoff. They went short on the kickoff last time. Waiting for our officials to say we can play. This a deeper kickoff. This returnable for Brown. And he is lassoed down at the 35-yard line, a 13-yard return. And we'll see this Ragsdale offense on the field mark for a 2nd time.
It's going to be about taking care of the football here tonight. And just not a great start, forcing a throw out into the flat with tons of white shirts all around it. And not taking care of the football, not giving yourself a chance really to even make some plays offensively.
So what do you do here now knowing that you threw that interception if you're Ragsdale? Do you go back to the air or do you try to the ground?
Try to ground. Realistically, Mason Harris is a big-time playmaker for this offense. In the backfield there behind Haskell, now moving out to the side.
Through the quarterback's hands, Ragsdale has to fall on that one back in the 20-yard line. It's a loss of 13. And this is one of the things that Coach Boykin told us, Mark, that Ragsdale could ill afford is negative first down plays. So we have to have positive gains on first down. And so far, 2 tough plays to start the game for the Tigers.
Exactly. The interception on the first drive, on the first play from scrimmage, and now a snap over the head. It's not a great play. This offense has to settle down. That means from the quarterback to the skill position players and among the offensive line. They have to find some ground and get some consistency here, get a rhythm.
To pass again, trying to set up the screen, and that's incomplete. Harris was in the neighborhood, but it brings up third down. Good pressure that time off the edge from one of those defensive ends.
See there, just the pressure coming. A screen this time, trying to target Harris right in the middle of the field. I don't know how many yards it would have gone for there, but just not a great play all around for the offense. Have to hold up those rushers a little bit further.
Third down and long. Ragsdale wants to throw. Oh, took a big hit, and it's intercepted again. It's Xavion Bass, the corner, streaking for pay dirt. There is a flag down, and if it stands, Bass with the pick six, it will be his team leading third interception of the year.
Great job by that front seven, forcing some pressure.
And it will indeed be against Southwest Guilford. It'll be a personal foul penalty there, which will back them up 15 yards. Here is Coach Doko. Has to love the way his defense has played to start the game.
Yeah, really sitting on those routes down the field, waiting for that ball to get into the air and jumping the routes, getting in front of the receivers and making them pay for their mistakes. Coming up with a catch and returning at that time. So 2 possessions, 2 interceptions for this Southwest Guilford defense, and this coaching staff has to be pleased so far with the effort they've seen.
Bass, who caused the coverages for this Southwest Guilford defense, called his own number there. Only a junior. You're going to notice this with both of these teams tonight. A lot of underclassmen for both squads. Both teams might take a little bit of lumps this year, but set up for future success.
Right, you got to really love the fact that the guy who's setting up your coverages is able to make the play there, understanding what's going on.
Back to the ground. Straight ahead, and not a whole lot of running room there for Lawrence Higgs. He'll get maybe half a yard.
Just another part of this rushing attack that's so potent for Southwest Guilford.
There's the starting lineups brought to you by the United States Navy. Transform your life and become part of something bigger. America's Navy forged by the sea. McCain and Higgins, dynamic backfield. Offensive line has really battled through some adversity for Southwest Guilford this year as well. We'll give you a look at the Ragsdale defense in just a moment. Second down. A pitch. This is Bass, who just had the interception, and he'll pick up 5 to bring up third down and medium. A look now at the Ragsdale defense, this 4-3 defensive front for defensive coordinator and head coach Johnny Boykin.
Talked about Edion Dixon, the player to watch in the opening. They're number 25 right in the middle. But a good defense overall, just having to be on the field for so often. That fatigue sets in throughout games. And that comes on the offense's expense. Got to find ways to sustain drives and get the ball moving in the positive direction.
A defense for Ragsdale that starts 3 sophomores. First third down of the night for either side. Play action, little swing this way. A couple players are there. It's Wilson who makes the catch. Wilson shimmies free, and Wilson is down inside the 5. It'll be first down and goal for Southwest Guilford. Boy, it looked like he might have tight-roped that sideline to get in.
And I'll tell you, I don't know that he wasn't in, because it looked like he got inside that pylon. Take a look here. You're right, Chris. A couple players coming back for that football. Wilson ends up with it and turns the corner.
Ooh.
He looked like he may have been in. See here. Blocking wasn't great up front, but it did enough to give Wilson the corner there, turn on the Jets. He's in.
Yep, he was. But now first and goal officially off the 3. A gain of 26. And before the play, a flag is down. A substitution infraction against Ragsdale. Penalty now 1 on either side as Southwest Guilford into the Boost Mobile orange zone. Boost Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. A lot of orange in the middle of the field, but that's about it tonight.
Tough sledding here for this defense of Ragsdale, getting backed up on 2 consecutive drives.
Back to the ground. It's faked. It's the quarterback, McGinnis. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. McGinnis calls his own number, and the senior in for the 5th time this year.
It looked like McGinnis was going to coast for a second, caught himself celebrating too soon. Still able to get in. A nice play design that time. Not the RPO, but the read option. And McGinnis took it himself, and good decision. Ends up with 6.
And now Loya on for another extra point.
Boston way on for the extra point.
To make it a 14-point game. And before the kick,
On the play.
a marker is down.
Offside, Ragsdale.
It's a offside against the Tigers. Hubert Putnam, our lead official this evening. Saw Hubert and his crew a few weeks ago for that Andrews Parkland game.
Early stages of the season.
Hard to believe we've already reached almost the end of the season. Next
Yeah.
week, the finale of the regular year.
A lot of good football still left to be played across this area as well. A lot of teams in contention for the playoffs. So if you got a chance on a Friday night, go find a high school game.
Absolutely.
You're likely to find a good team playing on any field.
A little bit closer now for the sophomore. High snap. And that is good. Snuck it inside the upright, and it's Southwest Guilford. Thanks to their defense, a couple of turnovers, a pair of picks for this Cowboy secondary. Leads to a couple of rushing scores. It's the quarterback, McGinnis, who calls his own number, and a 14-point lead for Southwest Guilford when you come back.
Tigers. Loya kicking for Southwest.
14-point lead for Southwest Guilford as we get ready to go again. It'll be Ragsdale on the field offensively, trying to get something going here after this Arnold Jones Services heating and air kickoff. Short kick. This is Brown again. And out to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Tigers.
Still like to see him start sticking to that ground game. Again, Mason Harris, a very dynamic player, running the football and catching it. Pretty big playmaker for this offense. So get the football in his hands and let him go to work. It's going to be your best chance for success, at least finding some rhythm and consistency offensively.
We talked about it the last drive for Southwest Guilford, or for Ragsdale, beg your pardon. First down, really important on all of these drives for the Tigers. Play fake. Hackstall keeps it, ducks under a defender, and it is loose into the second level. A first down for Ragsdale after a gain of 21 and a crescent forward first down. Ride to the game in style with a new F-150 from Crescent Ford of High Point.
Nice read that time. Pulls the football out, gets around the side, stumbles a few times, but his O-line did a good enough job of keeping him clean. Breaks into the second level for the long run. Nice play on first down for this Ragsdale offense.
Maybe that'll be what gets the Tigers going tonight. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Andrew Seiler is a big weapon offensively in the slot. Instead, to the ground, it's Javante Ford, the sophomore, for no gain.
Ford's going to have to be another one of those guys that they call upon to run the football, and he's going to have to be consistent when it's not Harris in the backfield. It's got to be Ford. Going to move the football down the field on the ground.
Seiler, his dad, a tremendous basketball player for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. So comes from good heritage, good stock. There might have been a flag down as well. Hubert Putnam signals the infraction against the Cowboys. There's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Now, this is a big rivalry game. We mentioned in the open, these two schools separated by just 7 miles. I'm sure they went to the same middle schools. They are involved in the same community activities.
Right.
And this is the game that gets circled on the calendar for both of these schools every year.
Yeah, again, really get a chance to throw out the records, regardless of what they are. You come into this game, it's all about bragging rights at the end of the day. Who's going to win this one? And for an entire year, calendar year, who gets to own those bragging rights and talk smack to the other side?
1st and 10 now. Ragsdale with a little bubble screen and incomplete, trying to target Seiler, the senior. But it was knocked away. Nice defensive play that time.
Donovan Lambert just got his big paws up there to knock that pass away. Good job by him to swat that one down.
Lambert had a couple of big plays tonight.
Just get his hands up in the air. Good job sticking them up. If you can't get to the quarterback, make sure you stick your hands up in the air, knock the pass down.
And not much doing there on 2nd down as Ragsdale went back to the ground.
Ragsdale on the carry for no gain. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Third down, what's the play call here, Mark?
Got to put football in the air here. Really, you're finding yourself in 3rd and long situation. I know they've had 2 interceptions so far. You got to keep trying to find some sort of groove. And that's going to mean you have to move the football on the ground and through the air here. The offensive line has to give this offense time to put that football down the field.
Play action. Trying to dump one. That's tipped and intercepted again. The 3rd pick of the night for the Cowboy defense.
Pass intercepted by Southwest Jalen Hunter.
It's Jaden Ray with the interception.
It was a tough play. High pass this time. And I don't know if that football may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage the way it came out of Haskell's hands. It had just been tipped right there. Seiler not able to get underneath that football, and another takeaway for the Southwest Guilford defense. It's really opportunistic football played right there by the Cowboys defensively.
3 possessions, 3 interceptions for this Southwest Guilford defense. It's certainly helping the plus minus here early in the opening stanza.
First time tonight, though, this offense has a ways to go.
Another read option, and not much doing that time for Higgs. Gains 2 yards.
Lawrence Higgs on the carry.
Higgs a nice change of pace back.
Tackled down by
One of the things that Coach Doak told us in our conversation, the head coach of Southwest Guilford this week, said he was really pleased with the way his offense came out and performed in that game against Grimsley last week. Lost to the Whirlies 41-23, but said the offense really started to click on all cylinders almost from the word go.
And that's where you got to be at, especially when you're looking at this team and how they've positioned themselves here throughout the season. Find that offensive consistency as the season draws on, and now you approach playoff time is huge.
Phillips, the intended target there, falls incomplete, brings up 3rd down. This is the first year as a 4A program for Southwest Guilford, not ever, but the first year as a 4A program since 2016, making the move back up from 3A this year. And it's been an adjustment, as it is for most everybody, making that jump from 3A to 4A. We saw Mount Tabor, who won a 3A state title back in the spring, saw them last week. They've struggled a little bit this year. So now, 3rd down.
Just that climb up the ranks. More bodies, bigger bodies.
Play action. McGinnis steps up, wants to throw down the field, and intercepted. It's Jamarian Miller with the interception.
number 14, Jamari Miller.
Jamari Miller with the big pick, the sophomore. And 1 turnover deserves another.
Defense giveth, or the offense giveth, the defense taketh away. Miller, nice play, reading the route. A little high that time by McGinnis. And Miller right there to take that one away. Way to catch the football, convert the turnover, and give it right back to your offense.
There was a flag, no surprise there. Might have been after the return. And there is the personal foul. Give this officiating crew, as the offsetting personal fouls, give this crew credit early in the game trying to take control of the emotions.
Yeah, exactly. Rivalry game, of course, the emotions run a little higher. Everything means a little bit more. And that pick meant a whole lot. You see it right there, just that competitive drive. Trying to ruffle some of the feathers of the opponent here.
Back to the ground and tripped up after a 3-yard gain.
But really, when you look at the last drive for Ragsdale offensively, they were moving the football at least a little bit. They found something that worked against this defense for Southwest Guilford before giving it back.
Ford with another nice carry, the sophomore running back. One of the things that Coach Boykin's club wants to do is to be physical up front. And it looks like referee Putnam is going to chaperone a player or two off the field here. Perhaps an equipment malfunction. Mason Harris will come back on.
Okay.
On second down, scrimmaging from the eye of the tiger. And no gain for Devin Hacksaw on the quarterback draw.
You have to start working that football outside. All of these runs so far have been towards the middle of the field, in between the tackles for the most part. Start stretching those runs to the outside. And get running. Get your skill position players in space and give them a chance to make a play.
Third downs have been troublesome for Ragsdale. 0 for 1 tonight. They're converting about 30% of their third downs for the season. Over halfway through the game's opening period. Power pistol look. Now with the play clock dwindling. Hackstall over the middle and incomplete. Through the hands of Nix, the junior, and it brings up fourth down.
I'll tell you what, I think Nix may have taken his eyes off the football a little bit too soon there. Got a wide open slant. Good ball placed by Hackstall on that one. Just could not come down with it. May have gotten his eyes wrapped up field too soon and lost track of the football.
And now it'll be Tanner Glasgow to punt for the 29th time this year. The senior averaging about 20 yards per kick.
Like the play call there, though. The football was there. The play was there. They caught this defense in the right position.
Low snap, rugby-style kick. And a really nice kick that'll travel inside the 10. And, a good effort there to try to down it inside the 5, but it will be a touchback. Good hustle that time from Fraser Irvin there to get down the field. That'll take us to a break. Midway through the game's first period, Southwest Guilford on the road leading by 2 scores. A 14-point lead for Southwest Guilford here in the later stages of the game's opening period. Chris Edwards, Mark Covert, Hannah Brady, the rest of our great team with you. Thanks for making us part of your plans tonight. 4th possession of the game for Southwest Guilford. Their worst starting field position so far tonight. And tiptoeing out of bounds, a modest gain of 4 yards that time for Johan Jones.
Still a productive play on first down, just getting the ball to the outside, running it down the field and giving yourself a chance on second down to open up the playbook a little bit here.
Both these coaches talked about trying to treat this as a normal week, not enhancing the rivalry aspect. You feel like now, Mark, we're over 7 minutes into the game. Have things calmed down from a rivalry standpoint? Are you just out there playing if you're one of the guys out on the field?
I think so right now. Saw some of those tempers flare on the last interception by Ragsdale, but outside of that, it's been pretty tame so far.
Back to Jones. He'll try the right side this time, and a good open field tackle made that time for a loss. Deshaun Coolier, the free safety.
Just a really nice open field tackle that time. Just getting downfield. Good job by the defense to stretch this run out to the sideline, not giving Jones much room to work with. And the great open field tackle to stop that play before it ever got going. Great job by this Ragsdale defense in pursuit.
Brings up a quick third down here. Seems like this Ragsdale defense after the interception may be playing a little more inspired.
Yeah, and you see some signs of life for Ragsdale. You know, despite what they've done this year and some of their shortcomings to this point, they've done pretty well so far here tonight against an offense that can really put points up in a hurry.
Southwest Guilford trying to snap a 3-game skid. There's some movement up front, and that'll be 5 free yards for the Cowboys. Coach Boykin, longtime defensive coordinator here. Really positive when we talked to him yesterday. Just exudes positivity and belief in this program. We talked about how long he's been here as a member of this Ragsdale family. Talked about how important it was to be the head coach of this program. He wants to be here, believes that these small steps are going to amount into one big victory for this young team.
Well, you can't take one giant step at a time, right? It's going to be part of a culmination of several smaller steps once you take those leaps and bounds.
Third down in the yard. Little bobbled exchange. McGinnis will keep it. He'll pick up the first down. And then is driven down at midfield. Another third down conversion, a pickup of 21, and a Crescent Ford first down ride to the game in style with a new F-150 from Crescent Ford of High Point.
Tell you what, I've been pretty impressed by McGinnis the way he's managed this game so far. Pull the ball out then again on a read option. To the outside, receivers did a good job blocking down the field. McGinnis showed some elusiveness in the open field as well. See it right there, the quarterback playing a great game like that and managing it well, making plays where he can, whether it's with his arm or his legs. You gotta love that.
Quick bubble screen. Catch made by Hairston. And then he'll tightrope the sideline. He's spun down. Might have been close to a late hit, but it'll be second down and short after a nice gain on first down.
Let him play a little bit there at the end of that one, huh? Spun him down out of bounds. He was a little closer to the sideline maybe than coaches would like for a player to be spun down at, but again, you have a game like this where it is a rivalry. You let them play a little bit more. You have a little more contact, a little bit more of that collision going on. Just finishing the play that time.
Tyshawn Dearman, the outside linebacker, came in to finish the stop, but now a second down and 2 for Southwest Guilford. Back to the ground. It's Jones again, another powerful first down run. He'll pick up 12 to move the chains.
Been impressed by Jones the way he's run here so far, falling forward and getting those yards after contact, driving the legs. And when it hasn't been McCain, it's been Jones here tonight. And he's done a great job filling in and not allowing that void to go empty.
And now a timeout taken here by Ragsdale defensively. Wants to try to slow the momentum of this powerful Cowboy rushing attack, which right now, Mark, it's been all about the ground game for this Southwest Guilford club. And that's what Coach Doak told us this week. He said he's been so impressed by the running game. This is a program that's been known for airing it out, but it's been about the ground attack for the Cowboys this year.
Yeah, and finding that consistency on the ground, but also having the guys in the backfield that can make that happen on a consistent basis, whether it's been McCain, Jones, McGinnis, running out of the backfield, the quarterback position. One of those guys, it's been a three-headed monster back there, and here in the last few weeks, they found a little bit of that consistency and that confidence.
To your point, 10 rushes as an offense for 52 yards late in the first quarter. 6 different ball carriers for the Cowboys, too. So it's spreading the wealth, as the saying goes.
And being creative running the football, not just having it be up the middle with the same guy over and over and over again. That works for some teams, but that's not the scheme that Southwest Guilford, likes to run. They like to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers. They've got quite a few of them offensively, and they do a good job of putting them in positions where they can succeed.
New set of downs. A 2-score lead for the Cowboys. Jones strung out and going down. Good play by this Ragsdale defense. Big 55 in there to help make the stop for Ragsdale.
Just a nice play up front. Good penetration right off the snap that time. Jones had nowhere to go. His biggest asset has been getting those yards after contact, but that's after a full head of steam. Couldn't get anything going there. Great job by Ragsdale off the edge.
Loss of 7 brings up a 2nd and 17.
You got to start thinking maybe this is where they put the football in the air. Already seen an interception as well by Ragsdale, so they have also done a great job of protecting the air.
And now it'll be the Cowboys that want to spend the timeout. Play clock was winding down. So with 106 seconds to go in the first period, the offensive coordinator, Michael Caldwell, will spend a few minutes with his group here. What's the messaging you think on both sidelines right now?
Well, still take care of the football if you are Southwest Guilford. Don't put the football in the air and try to squeeze it into a tight window where it's got a chance to be intercepted. Find your open guy, take what the defense gives you, and get it into the position. Again, these playmakers are so elusive once they get into space for the Cowboys. They can make something happen, even if it's a short route. If you're looking for Ragsdale applying that pressure, getting McGinnis where he's uncomfortable, maybe not having an opportunity to set his feet and deliver a strike down the field accurately. Just find that pressure really for both sides of the football, or both defenses tonight. It's going to be pretty key. If they can stop the run and pressure the passer defensively, they've got a great chance to come out with a win tonight.
Still very early in this football game. We talked about how tight this series has been. And it's actually been Ragsdale who's been the beneficiary of some of those close ball game victories. The Tigers have won 4 out of the last 5. They have not won more than 3 straight since they won 7 in a row from 2007 to 2013. So trying to build on that success, looking to win their 4th consecutive game over Southwest Guilford, but will have to come from behind tonight. Read option for McGinnis. Wants to hoist one up. It's underthrown and knocked away. Good play that time by Irvin in the secondary to bat the football out of bounds.
Really nice play. Great coverage by Irvin as well. Looked like he fell behind for a second, but the ball hung up there just a little bit longer than maybe McGinnis wanted to. And the recovery speed by Irvin down the field to knock that football away. The football was exactly where McGinnis wanted to be placed. Just did not get there fast enough. And great job by Irvin to knock it away out of bounds.
Corbin Wilson was the intended target for Southwest Guilford. And now 3rd down and long. Do you go back to the air if you're the Cowboys?
I think so right now. You can't run the football. This isn't the down and distance to do that, putting the football in the air. But this secondary is going to drop back and play that pass deep over the middle.
It's Hairston in motion. McGinnis sets up the screen for Jones. A lot of real estate in front of him. A 1st down for Jones, galloping inside the 15.
Really like that play call. A little bit of an unorthodox screen. Only one man out to block, and that was the receiver on the edge. Just turning back away, kind of bringing the play over to the right side, throwing back to the boundary, and Jones all alone in the open field. Really great job and a great play design by this offense.
6th catch of the season for Jones. Had 49 yards receiving coming into the game. And it's Southwest Guilford knocking on the door again.
Again, those creative ways they get their playmakers into space on display yet again from just a play calling standpoint.
Jones straight into the Tigers' den there as he gets ahead for 3 yards.
Tough running up the middle, but again, those 3, 4, or 5 yard gains right now turn into 6, 7, 8, 9 yard gains. As the game goes on, you start to wear down this defense. So it's just all playing into the game plan that Southwest Guilford has put together into this one.
2nd down and 7. Do go back to Jones here.
I think maybe a play action pass might not be bad here. Number 14 On the left side of the offensive line, Wilson makes some plays so far tonight go back to him.
High snap. Dumps one to the flat and incomplete. Was looking for Michael Phillips. Now 3rd down.
Looked like more of a timing play that time, and the bad snap throws it off a little bit. High snap, McGinnis has to go up and pull it back down. Doesn't have a clean look that time, just fires it out wide, and without that timing, it makes it a much more difficult play. It's a tough throw, throwing it out when you have an out route like that.
Little good-natured ribbing there between Phillips and the linebacker Dearman a moment ago. Probably one of those, hey, I got you on that one, and he's like, oh, just wait, I'll get you later.
I understand these kids. A lot of them are friends with each other. They know each other well. And that's where those bragging rights come from. It means a little bit more when you get to beat your buddy at a game of football.
Southwest Guilford 1 of 2 on 3rd downs this evening. McGinnis with all day to throw to the back of the end zone and incomplete. Woodhouse had a step, couldn't haul it in. And it brings up 4th down, and now decision time for Chuck Doak and his offense.
Phillips looks like he was actually open as well, too, going into the end zone. Not a bad pass, just a little bit too difficult, a little bit too far to the outside. It's a tough throw to make for McGinnis into coverage. So good job by Ragsdale forcing a tight window for them to throw through. Couldn't complete that pass.
Offense staying out on 4th and 7. It's going to be a good swing, a big swing play here for Ragsdale if they can get a stop late in the quarter. McGinnis to throw over the middle and incomplete. Phillips wanted a flag, he didn't get it, and the Tiger defense holds late in the 1st quarter.
That's a real gutsy throw by McGinnis. It threw really into triple coverage that time, but he put the ball in a good spot. Phillips just could not come down with it. Maybe just a little bit too high, but Phillips had a shot. Not a bad throw by McGinnis if you're going to make that throw. Good job by Ragsdale defensively to force a tight window, though, and not give Phillips a clear shot and a clear view of catching that football.
It was Miller who had the interception earlier in the quarter there in coverage for Ragsdale. And now 1st down and 10. Clock already running here. And now back to the ground, and not a whole lot doing for the first man through. Interesting, the clock started running off of a dead ball turnover there on 4th down. But we get toward the end of the opening stanza. It was Ford who got the call. And if you're Ragsdale, Mark, have to be okay down just 14 points considering how the game started.
Exactly. The way that this game started, it looked like it was going to be something of a blowout here early on. But Ragsdale dug their heels into the ground, fought back as the quarter went on, and played a better brand of football.
So it's Ragsdale trailing by 2 scores. They'll have the football when we start the 2nd quarter. This is the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Friday Night Rivals presented by Rowan Law.
Welcome back to Kenneth T. Miller Stadium as Ragsdale is down 14. Earlier this week, we asked Coach Boykin what his thoughts were on his team's mental toughness, and he said, you know, these kids work really hard, and he is really impressed by the types of attitudes that they have, and they have the work ethic of champions, and it's true here tonight. I can see that they all believe in each other. Chris?
Yeah, Hannah, exactly right. So there's no quit in this team. There's a lot of positivity, a lot of belief in that building. They're showing it here tonight, down 14 to their nemesis from down the street. And it's Ragsdale on the first play of the second quarter. He gallops ahead for a big first down run. A 21-yard pickup and a crescent forward first down.
It's been the most effective play for them tonight. That quarterback keeper on the read option. I'll tell you what, Ragsdale really has done a great job keeping that football and then getting upfield, turning his body, turning the corner, and getting yards where he can. Another huge gain for number 10.
Second rush of 20 yards or more for Ragsdale, the sophomore quarterback. The trend of sophomore quarterbacks that we've seen really all season long.
Absolutely.
Continuing tonight. First and 10. Back to the ground. This is Harris to the outside, and he is strung out. A gain of a yard, maybe two.
Good job by Southwest Guilford, not allowing Harris to square his shoulders upfield and turn the corner and start getting yards upfield, just stringing him out. And that's the thing. If you can get Harris to not allow him to turn his shoulders upfield and in space, you've done your part. Just keep forcing him to the sideline, running laterally across the field.
Wilson and Hairston, the duo on the stop. Second down. Southwest crowds the box. Back to the ground for Harris. And he will get close to the first down stick. It'll be a gain of 5 and bring up third down and short. And mark on this drive, much better job for Ragsdale of establishing some pace offensively.
And they found some different play calls that have worked here. Good play action that time over the middle. I was actually watching Ragsdale a little bit during that one instead of following Harris with the football in his hand. So good play action or good job faking the throw over the middle. And Harris had a convoy in front of him to pick up a solid amount of yards now. Give him a manageable third down upcoming.
Mentioned it in the first quarter how important first downs are. Coach Boykin said for Ragsdale they've got to be able to stay on schedule. 3rd and 3, a draw for Ragsdale, and he's just carrying a man with him for a first down. A gain of 6 and a crescent forward first down. Check out the newest Ford trucks at crescentford.com.
Ragsdale almost putting that entire defense on his back this time and running down the field. A quarterback draw. Southwest Guilford almost had it sniffed out in the backfield, but you saw the strength across the board by Ragsdale on that one. Drives forward to pick up the first.
Damari Burris hanging on for a $5 cab ride there. Ragsdale again on the quarterback draw, picks up a yard.
I'll tell you what, Ragsdale is quietly put together after those 2 interceptions, really 3 early on. He settled down here and has played a nice little game of football and has really made the opportunities when he has the football in his hands count by getting yards upfield.
But with that thought, it's been an offense that's been mainly run so far in the second quarter.
Right.
Do you have to go to the air to keep the defense honest?
Well, at some point, because they're going to start crowding the line. You see there's a lot of bodies up at the line of scrimmage right now for that Southwest Guilford defense.
On the sweep, nothing doing for Irvin. Another nice play in the second level. It's Kyler Puckett, the motor that just never stops, according to Coach Doak for this defense.
Absolutely, and all those bodies crowding that line of scrimmage, as we mentioned right before the play. There were nearly 8 guys in the box. If you've only got 5 or 6 guys up front in that offensive line and maybe a tight end to block, 2 guys are going to run free, and that time running through.
We'll talk about the
tough play.
Sorry, Mark. Talk about the balance. 14 rushes versus 6 passes for Ragsdale. 3 of those 6 passes intercepted. The other 3 were incomplete. So not a very good ratio there, but they will pass here on 3rd and long. A deep shot down the field is caught and results in a touchdown. Andrew Seiler in for the score. 57 yards. And the air raid for the Tigers.
I got to air it out. I was just thinking that they're going to have to put the football in the air. Southwest Guilford's going to crowd the line of scrimmage and force them to throw over the top. That time made him pay a beautiful ball by Ragsdale. Down the field, Seiler, great route, giving himself a chance, able to come up with the contested catch and the score.
Seiler's second touchdown catch of the season. That's his longest pitching catch of the year, of 57 yards. A Sunbelt Rentals touchdown. Sunbelt Rentals is offering rental locations across the Triad to quickly deliver ready-to-work equipment when and where you need it. The extra point from Spencer is good. And Ragsdale starting to spring to life on senior night. They lulled him to sleep on the ground, and then over top it's Seiler who finishes the play. And Ragsdale down by just one score early in the second period here at home. Stay with us for more coverage when you come back.
Thomas, Michael Pittman, Dakota Anderson, Sonia Hamilton, and Jamestown, North Carolina will help you get started after you complete a car insurance online quote. It's fast and easy. Give them a call today.
Stay tuned for the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. We'll have this week's Scholar Athletes, principal interviews, highlights from tonight's game, games across the country, and more. That's coming up in about 8 minutes and 43 seconds of game time. Guess there's no about 8 minutes and 43 seconds. Ready for another Arnold Jones kickoff. Get your heating and air conditioning fall tune-up special from Arnold Jones Services Heating and Air today. Down 7, live ball. And Southwest Guilford able to scoop it up, and decent field position for the Cowboys. It was Phillips that came up and played the ball.
Nice coverage that time by Ragsdale, getting down the field, corralling Phillips before get anything going, and now we get to see this Southwest Guilford offense back on the field, scoring those 2 easy drives at the beginning of the game after turnovers by their defense. But really, since then, Chris, haven't gotten much going. And that's going to be their challenge now going forward, is finding their own consistency. Ragsdale has played a much better brand of football here since those early phases in the game, and really momentum started to swing back towards the Tigers here.
Southwest Guilford trying to snap a 3-game skid. They've lost to Grimsley, Southeast Guilford, and Northern Guilford each of the last 3 weeks. Leading by 7 here early in the second period. A flare for Hairston. And just a burst of energy as he gets out across the 40-yard line, a gain of 6 on first down.
Solid blocking out on the perimeter that time, allowing the bubble screen to get upfield and in a hurry and have a productive first down play take place, and allowing your playbook to be opened up and expanded upon here on second down.
Talk about the 3-game skid here for Southwest Guilford. Coach Doak told us that he really feels like his team has done a nice job adjusting to this new 4A conference, their first year as a 4A school since 2016.
It's a tough adjustment. You got to get back to that playing style.
Play action. Kept again by McGinnis, who has a rushing score tonight, but he'll move the chains here, a gain of 7. So that every game is like a playoff game in this league. And with some of the teams that you have in this conference, all the Guilford County schools, Grimsley, who we saw a few weeks ago, they look potent again. Northwest Guilford on the docket for Southwest next week to close down the regular season. It's a tough test.
He's not wrong. You got to look at the schedule that they've played, and it's not been one for the faint of heart. You got several teams on their schedule they've played that would be playoff teams.
Underneath, another pitch and catch, another first down. It was Wilson who made the catch and picks up 14, another Crescent Ford first down. Check out the newest Ford trucks at crescentford.com.
Wilson's been a really nice player so far in this football game. Has the interception to start it, or the second interception of the game. and set up his own offense with a short field to go to put together their second scoring drive in a row to begin. A very diverse player. Can play both sides of the football, does both sides really well, and very smart player as well.
Another little quick out, another catch. And another nice run after the catch. That time it's Wilson again, second consecutive catch, and he picks up 24, another first down as Southwest Guilford moving down the field.
You see there, Wilson's got good size to him too. He can run down the field and break some tackles, but is also quick enough to be elusive in the open field and run away from defenders. That's a tough matchup for anyone. And right now, Wilson is winning every single time he has the football in his hands, whether it's on offense or defense.
3 consecutive completions for McGinnis, back-to-back tosses there to Wilson for catches. Timeout called by Ragsdale, again trying to quail some of the momentum that Southwest Guilford has picked up offensively. Really methodical drive for Southwest Guilford, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on some of these underneath throws that Southwest Guilford has utilized on this drive.
Well, it's about building rhythm, getting McGinnis going so that he's not trying to force something down the field and not feeling confident and comfortable with what he's doing. Allow him to settle into the game, give him some easy throws, easy pitch and catches with his pass catchers, and just build that confidence. And so that when he does take a shot down the field, he's not putting it up there for grabs just for anyone. He's putting it so that only his guy can go and get it. So I like the game plan right now, especially with the way these last few drives have gone for the Cowboys as well. Just getting something going again, finding that rhythm and that confidence for this offense, not just McGinnis at the quarterback position.
And Coach Doak talked about how much of a game manager McGinnis is, having a really nice night. 6 of 12 for 95 yards on the ground. He's carried the ball 3 times for 30 yards. Also has a touchdown run, the second score of the night for Southwest Guilford. They're knocking on the door here in the Boost Mobile Orange Zone. Boost Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. Straight ahead. Nice run this time for Higgs. And Higgs spun down after a gain of 6.
A lot of the times here on first down, the Cowboys have done a great job of getting those yards and setting themselves up with second and medium or second to short situations and allowing them to open up the playbook, expand it, where you can run it, you can start throwing down the field, attacking it, because you have that much less yardage to go and convert with on third down if you don't happen to convert on second.
Stay on the ground here?
I think so. Right now, 2nd and 4. The ground game's been effective to this point. And McCain's back in there as well, a big bulky rusher.
McGinnis wants to throw and caught inside the 5. It's Phillips who makes the catch, and that should be good enough for a first down. It will.
Talk about those rhythm throws and building the confidence for McGinnis. That was a confident throw right there. Defense bearing down in the secondary. You see it right here. McGinnis just rolls out, fires. That's a tight window to throw into, but a confident throw over the middle. And Phillips is right there, catches that one, and works their way down inside the 5.
Gain of 15, 1st and goal now from the 2. Southwest Guilford trying to have an answer after Ragsdale hit the big explosive play.
Really impressed by this drive. Play calling and execution by the coaches and players here. Allowed this offense to find something here, get back to what they were doing on the first 2 drives that they scored on.
Higgs trying to get to the edge. Second effort, and he finds pay dirt. Lawrence Higgs in for the score, and it's back to a 2-touchdown lead for Southwest Guilford.
Again, the effort just there, like on their first touchdown run. This time Higgs finding his way in. Just rolls right through the first defender, gets through the second one, and backs his way into the end zone. A powerful run that time, and not giving up on first and second contact pays off.
Another Sunbelt Rentals touchdown. Sunbelt Rentals offering rental locations across the triad to quickly deliver ready-to-work equipment when and where you need it. That extra point is blocked. And remember, not returnable in high school football. As soon as an extra point is blocked, it's a dead ball, so it remains just a 13-point edge for the Cowboys. We'll see if that impacts the larger picture of this game as we continue on. But a methodical drive to answer the score. It's Higgs who punches it in, and Southwest Guilford leads by 2 scores when we return to our Carolina Classic Fair Friday Night Rivals.
There was a penalty on the extra point. Southwest is re-kicking.
All right, so while we were away, there was an infraction called against Ragsdale, a personal foul called against the Tigers. So now Southwest Guilford with a chance to re-kick to make it a 14-point lead. I'm wondering, we'll wait for the extra point try here. That one is good from Loya, and it is now a 14-point lead. As we welcome you back to our Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Friday Night Rivals presented by Roland Law. I'm wondering if the personal foul there, Mark, maybe we can get a replay of it, is jumping over the center by this Ragsdale club, which is a personal foul infraction in high school.
Right, because the center, or the snapper, is a defenseless player in that situation. He can't get up and block right away. It's not like a traditional center where you're snapping the ball and you are blocking someone right away. The long snapper is there to snap the football, so he is the defenseless player. You can't jump over him and use him being down as an advantage to getting up over.
I'm not saying that was the case, but that seems like a plausible explanation as to why we had the personal foul, as Coach Doak, Coach Boykin, both coaching up their squads tonight. We mentioned it earlier. Southwest Guilford still an outside shot to get into the playoffs as a wild card. Would need to win tonight and to beat Northwest Guilford next week to have a shot. And they would probably need to get a little bit of help, I would imagine.
Right. But again, it comes down to controlling what you can control, and that's you winning the ball games that are laid out in front of you. And so far tonight, they've done a pretty good job. Had a bit of a lull there in the back end of the first quarter and in the early stages of the second, but found a rhythm again and scored their third touchdown of the night.
Another Arnold Jones Services Heating and Air kickoff. Brown on the return from the 23. Cuts it upfield and is wrestled out of bounds near the 45-yard line. 21 yards on the return.
So now this Ragsdale offense coming back out, showing signs of life, done some good things here tonight. For an offense that struggled mightily for the first 8 games of the season, for the most part, they've done a good job here of finding plays that have worked, going with them and executing, knowing their roles on the field.
And to your point, averaging just 9 points per game so far this year. Ragsdale has not scored in double figures in a game since September 24th. A loss to Page here at home. Back to the ground. Hackstall will keep it. He'll lower his head for a 2-yard gain.
Cowboys were ready for that one that time. That's a play that's worked really well for Ragsdale here tonight. That QB keeper.
Really effective.
Yeah, Axtell has been great when pulling the football out and running down the field, but that time the Cowboys defense was ready for that one. Sniffed it out in a hurry and brought Axtell down. Still a gain, but a short one.
Halfway through the game's second stanza. Ragsdale looking for an answer.
And you see all those bodies around the line of scrimmage. 6 guys in the box, almost 8 around it.
Harris cuts it upfield. Harris has a first down. The senior playing his final home game, able to move the chains on a nice second down run, a pickup of 13.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry too. When Harris turns his corners up, his shoulders upfield, watch out because he can get it going in a hurry. That time, just getting upfield so fast. The elusive playmaker for Ragsdale burns this defense for the first time tonight, really. Hasn't had much room to work with, but that time able to find some along the edge.
One of the things Coach Boykin told us about his team is they want to be physical up front. I think you're seeing some of that physicality starting to show now in the second quarter.
We're seeing a physical brand of football being played on both sides as well. So Southwest Guilford's played a pretty solid game up front too.
Flag is down. This will most likely be against Ragsdale, and it is a motion penalty there. Hey, don't forget, coming up in about 5.5 minutes, we'll have the myspot.nc.gov halftime report, which will include this week's Scholar Athletes, principal interviews, highlights, and more. Hope that you'll stay tuned for that. Coach Boykin done a really nice job building the culture. We talked about it earlier. A lot of positivity from him, from his entire football team. They believe, a young crop. I mean, listen, this is a team that's got 12 sophomores and 8 juniors on this varsity team. Harris, one of the few seniors, is brought down for a loss and brings up third down.
Sniffed out really fast that time too. Try to get a swing route out here. Dangerous throw. because that's backwards. If that football goes on the ground, it's a live ball. That's a fumble. Nothing doing there, but again, the defense for Southwest Guilford attacking downfield, really working the way into the backfield, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
2nd and 21.
2nd down and 21. Ragsdale sets up the screen. This is Ford. Maybe running like a crescent Ford. A first down for Javante Ford. There is a flag down, however, at the 35-yard line. It's a 28-yard gain if it stands. And this, perhaps, if it's on the Tigers, is a microcosm of how things have gone in the first half.
I think they're going to get Andrew Seiler for a hold here on the edge.
Holding Ragsdale.
And it is an infraction against the Tigers. That is their 6th penalty of the first half. I want to go back to this Ragsdale offense, but first the replay.
Just kind of see here. I'm not sure that Seiler, you see him at the top of the screen right there. I'm not sure that was a hold. That's a little iffy. I wouldn't have thrown that flag. That didn't really look like a hold out there on the edge.
I guess by the book, he held on for a half second too long. I mean, that is the definition, which you have to call.
And don't throw your hands up.
Yeah.
Make yourself a target that way.
So after the penalty, it's 2nd down and 18. Ragsdale trying to set up another screen. Ooh, and nothing doing there. It's incomplete. Harris was there, took a big hit. Nice play from Hunter Kane, the team leader in tackles from his outside linebacker spot.
Really big body at the linebacker position. Kane, physical player as well. Just waited on that one. The ball floated a little too much for a screen like that. Kane was right there to deliver the big-time blow.
But back to the thought on the offense for a second. This is an offense for Ragsdale that was put behind the 8 ball right before the season started. Their offensive coordinator left, took a head coaching job, and now they're just trying to get their feet on the ground, according to Coach Boykin. They were running a bit of an air raid offense. Now, as you mentioned, trying to establish a running culture, be physical up front, and they're just trying their best to find some momentum here late in the season.
And that's the tough part. He's
down the field, nice play underneath. It's Irvin who makes the catch. There is a flag down in the backfield. Could be a roughing the passer.
But finding that consistency, seeing what you've got on your roster is so huge. And if the players on your roster don't fit what you do from a philosophical standpoint, you're going to have to change some things up. And they are really trying to do stuff on the fly. I mean, you got to think about the position that they're in.
Personal foul, roughing the passer was the call in Southwest Guilford.
But being in that position right before the season, you see here, it's a little late that time. Got to pull up before you go in there. But finding yourself in that position is such a unique opportunity because you're losing your guy who's calling your offensive plays. You've got to learn on the fly what this roster is good at doing.
So now 1st down and 10. Ragsdale trying to claw back in it. Little play action, little dump screen. This is Seiler, who is wrangled down by Bass, who already has an interception tonight.
It's another one of those plays where the ball just hangs up a little bit too much, and Seiler had to go up and get that one. If he's coming inside and on the run to catch the football, he's got a chance to get some yards on that one, but no doing. No dice. Just a great play again by Bass. Bring him down.
29th play of the night for Ragsdale. Each squad's run 28 plays. Been a pretty balanced game tonight, minus a couple of turnovers. That has been the difference so far.
It's really been cleaned up since those first few moments.
Another screen, again, Seiler. And a couple of Cowboys are right there to help make the stop. It's Ray who has an interception tonight that's leading the charge for this Cowboy defense.
And you got to think that all these short throws, these screens coming over the middle, bringing this defense up, try to get them into an attacking mode. Maybe this is just kind of a setup for this offense to take a shot down the field when this secondary and this defense is playing a little bit too aggressive and comes running up to the line of scrimmage.
Where do you look to here if you're Ragsdale?
3rd and long. Seiler's got the long touchdown catch, but you can see some of the coverage. He's on the short side of the field, maybe working with some of those guys out on the edge, or they got a 3 wide on the right side of that offense.
Play clock inside of 10. 3-step drop. They pick up the blitz. Ragsdale trying to run for it. And gets out of bounds near the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th down. And does Ragsdale think about trying to kick it here to take the points? Or do they try to keep the drive alive? They're going to spend some time talking about it as Southwest Guilford takes the timeout.
Good play at that time. Ragsdale just getting upfield, getting the yards that he can, giving them a chance here on 4th down. I think you got to go for it. Instead of going for those points, you look at the season that Ragsdale's had up to this point. Realistically, what do you have to lose?
We talk about it all the time. It seems like in these games every week, Mark, Ragsdale won the toss, received the football, so maybe important to get one in at the end of the half to create some momentum, knowing you'll be on defense to start the 3rd quarter.
I mean, absolutely. The 2-for-1?
Yeah. Well, it would be the opposite of it this week because you don't get the ball to start the 3rd period.
Right, so just giving yourself a chance to put some points on the board. And you got to think for them, again, you're 1-7 coming into this game. Your rival has come to your place. You are a team that's beaten them now 3 times in a row. How do you defend that crown? It's going to be about playing to win, not playing not to lose. Ragsdale's done a good job here after those first few minutes of turning the football over and putting themselves in that 14-0 hole. They've done a pretty good job of coming back from that, fighting adversity, and getting a touchdown in their own right.
They're going to line up for the field goal. This will be from 28 yards for Adam Spencer. 0 for 1 this season. Snap. Kick is good inside the left upright. Spencer from 28. And the Tigers do take the points at the end of the half.
Now still important to get points on the board. I'm trusting Spencer to go out there and make that kick. Big time moment. And still put yourself within 2 scores here.
Senior day for Spencer as well. But now, 1:46, 1 timeout for Southwest Guilford. Seems like ample time for McGinnis and the offense to try to go 2 for 1, as we were talking about earlier.
But here is the thing, is they can't really use that ground attack that they've really leaned on so much here in the first half. At least not the way they've wanted to. Now, if they decide to go and they rip off a big gain, that's great. But it can't be the staple of the offense on this drive. It can't be what they lean on. It's going to be along the right arm of McGinnis at quarterback.
Is that where some of those underneath throws that they were so successful with on their last drive could come into play?
They could. They very much could do that. And maybe still trying to attack down the field against this defense. There have been times where these receivers have gotten open against this secondary down the field. It just means that McGinnis has to find them and put the ball where it needs to be to allow them to go ahead and make that catch.
Ready for another Arnold Jones Services kickoff. Get your heating and air conditioning fall tune-up special from Arnold Jones Services, heating and air conditioning. This ball is drilled for the first touchback of the season for Adam Spencer. Perhaps a little extra oomph after knocking in that 28-yard field goal.
About to say, first field goal of the season, first
little
touchback.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah, senior night for number 18. You like that.
All right, so 1 timeout, 1:46. Southwest Guilford gets it back, having to go 80 yards for a score. Who do you lean on? Obviously, it's the right arm of McGinnis, but is there a receiving target you're looking to here if you're Southwest Guilford?
Corbin Wilson's been the guy in the passing game so far. They found him a few times on some easy routes underneath. And he's been able to turn upfield, get some good yardage as well. You got to think some of the coverage is going to shift his way.
4-man front for Ragsdale. They will start on the ground. And now some trickery. Woodhouse is open. It's underthrown and picked. Miller with his 2nd interception of the night. And he is out of bounds near the 40-yard line. But how about Miller, the sophomore, coming up big again?
Southwest Guilford had to play open down the field, but the pressure up front for Ragsdale, able to get on top of that one. Deflect the ball as it was coming out of the hands of the running back. Chips it up into the air, and Miller with the second takeaway of the game.
It was Hairston on the throw.
Just took too long developing, tried to crank it up.
And give Javin Brown a lot of credit, too, for providing pressure and maybe nicking the arm of Hairston.
Oh, he absolutely did. It affected the throw completely. Miller, great job as well to track the football in the air and come down with the pick.
On the ground, Irvin picks up 3. Can Ragsdale still run the football here, Mark, with 80 seconds left?
They can, but if they are, they got to hurry up and get going. Get themselves down the football field. I think they might have to burn a timeout here, too, for an injury.
It's an official timeout. So this will preserve the final timeout for Ragsdale. Believe it was Ford that was injured, and now Donovan Lambert, the freshman, will come on. Now, I beg your pardon, it was Irvin who's a little shaken up.
Got to put the football in the air, get that ball down the field. Only one timeout to work with.
Hackstall keeps it. Southwest was ready for it. It was Burris who was right there to make the initial hit. Kyler Puckett also helping with the stop.
You know, despite the one deep touchdown pass that Hackstall had in this first half earlier, this defense has done a good job, and they got to feel comfortable with their secondary, their safeties, and their corners in one-on-one matchups out wide.
Timeout by Ragsdale. You saw Coach Boykin a moment ago telling his offensive coordinator and staff, we got to go. We got to pick up the pace. This is an important drive for Ragsdale to try to further snatch some momentum heading into the locker room.
Absolutely. And again, the way that this game started out, it looked like they were going to be in trouble real quick, and they were, but they have fought back, and they've put some points on the board here. Got a takeaway for the second time tonight. And with the offense back out in the field that's done some good things so far, they're going to look to continue to build on what they've done. But that means also stretching the field, continuing to evolve this offense. It can't just be running the football. It's got to be putting that football in the air and allowing your playmakers on the outside, your wide receivers, to go ahead and make a play.
Ragsdale gets Lambert in formation late. Harris is the tailback. Pressure for Hackstall. And incomplete, nearly intercepted again. Really good play and coverage that time by Isaiah Mickens, the senior.
Really good effort. Good pressure, too, though. You got to remember that. Good job all around. Good pressure. Hackstall able to get out of it on his own right, but great coverage down the field, forcing the incompletion. A lot of good football played on that one. The senior Minkins made a fantastic diving effort to knock that one away.
Now it's 4th down. Ragsdale is out of timeouts. And the offense staying on the field.
I won't be surprised to see maybe a shot down the field here.
Doesn't hurt anything,
Nope.
Just like a punt.
Top of the screen, Seiler's by himself.
Has the touchdown catch for Ragsdale tonight. Hackstall on the move and brought down again. Another nice job by Johnny Kersey, the middle linebacker, one of the leaders of this Southwest Guilford defense. His 21st stop of the year. Mark, he's a guy that is really coming into his own late this campaign for the Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely. The pursuit this time to get outside. The pressure inside forces Hackstall to the outside. Great job in pursuit. And Kersey able to register the sack there and bring down the skilled quarterback for Ragsdale.
First year as a linebacker, played defensive line up until this campaign. Now plenty of time. McGinnis steps up in the pocket. He's going to run for it. First down and then crosses midfield with 27 seconds left. Plenty of time, and now maybe in the range for McGinnis to get one to the end zone.
Really like McGinnis actually directing traffic, though. Down the field, was pointing, waiting, telling his guys to go further and further. Force those defenders that are on them further down the field, and it gives him more running room up front. Really good job by the quarterback there. McGinnis to make a play, recognize what's going on, and find a way to generate more yards for himself.
Couple of high safeties here for Ragsdale, trying to prevent the deep ball. McGinnis throws underneath and dropped. Phillips maybe trying to run before he fully had possession. It's second down.
Trying to be a little greedy that time. Got to get the football first. And then you can get upfield and get those extra yards after the catch, that yak. Good ball by McGinnis this time. Throws it to the outside. Phillips just turned his head around too quickly.
Still look for Wilson in a situation like this, Mark?
Potentially. You just got to see where the matchups are. It's now about what the defense gives you.
McGinnis, all kinds of time. Again, will run for it. Another first down. Another crescent forward first down. Now a little closer, 16 seconds left.
And now you got to start thinking, well, it's not just about a touchdown on a Hail Mary. They could potentially set themselves up for a field goal here.
But as you can see, still one timeout left for the Cowboys. Because you have the one timeout, 16 seconds, could you still run the football?
I don't know if I'd run the football. I wouldn't have a run play called. Let me put it like that. If McGinnis is going to run the football and he finds himself in the middle of the field, that's fine. But I'm not having a designed run here.
High snap. McGinnis shoots one over the middle. Another catch. It's Wilson who gets out of bounds. Stops the clock with 11.5 seconds left.
Really impressed on this drive by this offense of Southwest Guilford. McGinnis has engineered a nice drive here, taking, again, what the defense is giving him, generating his own yards, but also being smart with the football, making timely throws, and this offensive staff is putting him in a position to make those throws against pretty soft coverage underneath by Ragsdale.
Just a clinic put on here on this final drive of the first half. McGinnis on a design rollout, throats one that's incomplete. Again, looking for Phillips, but unless Phillips was 8 feet tall, he was not going to catch that one.
Right. And see, here's what you can do. You have that timeout in your back pocket. You can throw a football over the middle. You complete that ball. At least try to aim it to where maybe your kicker may be most comfortable, if it's along the hashes or in the middle of the field.
35 and in the comfort range, according to Coach Chuck Doak in his 4th year at Southwest Guilford. 8 seconds for the game's first half.
There may be a soft spot in what this defense is playing. So those safeties are dropping back deep to prevent anything from getting into the end zone. Look in front of them.
McGinnis steps into the pocket, floats one to the end zone, incomplete with 2.9 remaining. Looking for Hairston over the middle.
Well, if my guy's not going to go catch it, no one is. Targeting Hairston into the end zone. Another confident throw into a tight window. Triple coverage that time. I think a good decision that time by McGinnis to just toss it out of the back of the end zone.
Boy, I've been really impressed with McGinnis. Throws a pretty ball just to be as a senior getting some looks. He's a guy that you feel like is going to get a chance at the next level.
Absolutely. He's put himself in that position to get a chance. You're right, though. He throws with confidence. You can tell just by his body language. He throws with confidence. He's playing with confidence right now. And he's really engineered a nice drive here at the end of the half.
Final play of the half, barring a penalty. McGinnis to the end zone. Hairston off his fingertips to truncate the first half of play. Wow, that close to picking up a score at the end of the break. Instead, just an 11-point lead for Southwest Guilford going to the locker room.
That close. Really nice ball that time, again, by McGinnis, putting it up there for Hairston to go get it. Not an easy catch. It's a tough catch to make, turning around in the end zone. Hairston a little displeased, but that's not an easy catch to make. And that rhythm, all that effort on that final drive comes up empty for the Cowboys of Southwest Guilford.
Coach Doak will head over to get in position to chat with Hannah here as we trek toward our halftime coverage, our myspot.nc.gov halftime report. And if you're Ragsdale, Mark, you have to feel really confident going into the locker room. You've captured some momentum late in the half, and now you have a chance, if you can get a stop to begin the third period, to continue to creep back into this game.
Yeah, they played really well after that first flurry of turnovers that found them in a 14-0 hole. Ragsdale did some really good things offensively and defensively.
All right, so Coach Doak getting into position. Go chat with Hannah here for a moment or two. We'll get the thoughts of the fourth-year head coach, the longtime defensive coordinator. Down on the field, Hannah standing by with the head man of the Cowboys.
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with head coach Doak. Coach, really good movement offensively. What has been your biggest takeaway so far this half?
Well, we, obviously we moved the ball well, especially there at the end of the half where we completed some passes. Really happy with the way our offense is moving. Couple breakdowns on defense. We got to make some adjustments. But other than that, I think we're playing really well. Just got a couple things we got to address going into the half.
Absolutely. And going into the locker room, what is your message to your team to come back out and finish this game strong?
Same as it was before the game. Just keep fighting. Just keep fighting every play. We face a little adversity down here on defense. We held them. Just keep making the plays.
Absolutely. Well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more after this next break.
Throughout the 2021 Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Friday Night Rival season, Biscuitville will recognize an exceptional senior student athlete from each participating school with a plaque presentation prior to each game. This week's Biscuitville Scholar athletes are from Ragsdale High School, Ava Johnson. Ragsdale's Ava Johnson has been the captain of the varsity volleyball team for the last 2 years and is the student assistant athletic trainer. She is also on the National Honor Society, president of the Peer Tutoring Club, and is currently ranked #1 in her class. And from Southwest Guilford High School, Abigail Repko. Southwest Guilford's Abigail Repko is the co-captain of the varsity volleyball team and an all-conference softball player for the Cowboys. She is in the National Honor Society and this year's Beta Club president. Ava spends her free time volunteering for the Salvation Army and the High Point Special Olympics. Ava, Abigail, and other nominated students are competing for a $5,000 Biscuitville Ultimate Student Athlete Scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season. Since 1966, Biscuitville has been serving up authentic Southern food made fresh from locally sourced ingredients. Stop by a Biscuitville near you for the flavor of local.
Welcome back to the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. I'm now joined with Southwest Guilford Principal Angela Monell. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about what makes Southwest Guilford unique?
Absolutely. So Southwest is unique because we're a very diverse school. We have a great student population, and we just really want to make sure that our students feel a great sense of belonging while they're there.
Love that. And what can you say makes Southwest Guilford so special?
So I would go with that again, like the student belonging. Like all of our students are so welcoming. Our teachers work really hard to ensure that our students have a great academic experience, that they're welcome in their classes, and that everything they do connects directly to their curriculum and have great experiences academically.
Awesome. And what is your vision, not just for athletes, but for all of your students?
So that our students really come to Southwest and they are able to explore different things, and that they know that when they come there, that they can figure out what it is that they want to do post-secondary. And when they get ready to graduate, whether it's doing a trade, whether it's going to college, going to community college, that they have an idea of what they want to do, and we've helped prepare them for those things.
Awesome. Well, we certainly appreciate all you do and for being here tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back with more after this next break at the myspot.nc.gov halftime report.
Ragsdale Athletics.
Welcome back to the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. I'm now joined with Deborah Jones. Thanks for being here today.
Hey, thank you.
Absolutely. You're the athletic director. So can you tell us a little bit about the history of Ragsdale?
Ragsdale High School is a great place to be. We definitely enjoy you guys coming out tonight and this great rival with Southwest Guilford. A Ragsdale history, as far as the football goes, we actually have 2 state championships. And we have several players participating in the college level now and at the NFL level. I don't know if you guys know Larry Ogajobi, but he actually played for the Cleveland Browns, my team.
Yeah.
Now he's with the Cincinnati Bengals. That's okay. And then we have ACC Special Teams Player of the Week, Devin Boykin, who's at NC State, and just happens to be the son of our head coach, Johnny Boykin. So
Awesome.
Definitely we have a lot of great history here with all our sports, not just football, but basketball, wrestling. I mean, all across the board. We're just happy to be back playing and enjoying the atmosphere tonight.
Awesome. Well, what is your hope, for the remainder of the fall sports season? What's upcoming for you?
Winter sports start next week, so we're very excited about that. Basketball, wrestling, winter cheer, and swimming and dive. So we actually have a dive person that is #2 in the state last year. So we expect for her to contend for a state championship. She is also an All-American her sophomore year of high school. So she's a junior now, and she's got a lot of colleges interested in her. So we're excited about her. Her name's Bailey.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, thanks so much for letting us be out here and for hosting tonight's game.
Again, we appreciate you guys coming out. We'll see you next year.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more for the myspot.nc.gov halftime report after this next break. Welcome back to the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. Before the game, I had a chance to talk with one of our sponsors from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, and here's what they had to say. Welcome back. I'm now joined with Anthony Jones Jr., the Region 2 Operations Manager for Healthy Together. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me here. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So can you just tell us a little bit about who you are and what your role is?
My role with Healthier Together as an operations manager is to make sure that the COVID-19 vaccinations, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Moderna, are made more accessible to any and everybody that live in the state of North Carolina.
Wow. And can you tell us a little bit about what the stats are currently for COVID in our area?
I certainly can. In Guilford County, you have roughly a little past 500,000 people that live in this county, and out of that 500,000 people, around 315,000, have been fully vaccinated, ages 12 and up. So based on that scale, we are right at 65% of people in Guilford County being fully vaccinated, which is just about 5 percentage points off the actual goal of the federal government. So we're doing really good.
Good. And with that, where can people go if they would like to get vaccinated?
Simplest answer to that is go to myspot.nc.gov, and if you or if anybody that you know may in fact have some issues with transportation, just call 1-866-303-0026. Awesome.
And I know you're vaccinated. Would you like to share as to why you chose to do so?
Oh, most definitely. I've been fully vaccinated since March, but on July 23rd, I actually took my daughter to the doctor, who tested positive. She was only 3 years old. 4 days later, I tested positive. And then 2 days later, my pregnant wife tested positive. And then our 19-year-old daughter tested positive shortly thereafter. Prior to getting vaccinated, I actually have pre-existing conditions. And had it not been for the vaccine, it's quite likely that more than likely I could have died as a result of that, and might not have the chance to see my unborn daughter. So I'm a personal testimony to say that the vaccinations has certainly saved my life.
Well, we appreciate all you do and for sharing so much information and for being here tonight.
Oh, well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more after this next break.
Each week during halftime of our Friday Night Rivals broadcast, we'll be showcasing outstanding Thursday night lights and Friday Night Rivals game highlights from across the country. Here are some great highlights from last week's action.
A lot of time in the pocket. He dropped that pass in there. Sure did. He dropped it. A beautiful play.
Well-placed ball.
And that ball was on his helmet. He caught that ball in the back of his helmet.
Play from the 9. Cheney steps up, throws end zone. Oh, big hit. Nixon knocked it loose.
Huge call, but Hoover's going to go up top, looking for it all, and what a one-handed grab. Malik Thomas.
Shanks will hand it right up the middle again to Smith. Smith hurdles the defender, gets pushed around, trying to get to the corner of the end zone, and he is...
And Hunter Kelly throws it down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. One-handed grab. Jackson on the one-handed interception, a little stiff arm, and he's on his way back across midfield.
Team every week, right? Well, pitch back, double pass, going deep, had him open, caught across the 30 to the 20, cutting back. Isaac Jackson. Drilled, ball came out. Is it live? It's a turnover coming back this way.
He's their money man. They put the ball in his hand. He can keep it if he wants to. Tosses it forward into the end zone. Fontesha catches the flip, and Brentwood gets the lead with 18 seconds to play. A flip of desperation ends in jubilation.
Welcome back. I'm now joined with Ragsdale head coach, Coach Boykin. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. What has been your biggest takeaway so far in this first half?
Oh, first I love our kids. You
Yeah.
know, this is a great environment. It's what high school football is supposed to be about. Our kids are really resilient. You know, we've been talking all year about overcoming negative things, staying in the moment, and our quarterback has had some resiliency, and our team has been resilient, and we're fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. I can feel the culture out here tonight.
yeah.
Your kids
Oh, yeah.
are fired up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more after this next break. Thanks, Coach.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Halftime coverage continues here from Ragsdale. Chris Edwards, Mark Covert, we welcome you into our broadcast booth. It's a 21-10 lead at halftime for Southwest Guilford. Really entertaining first half. That second quarter, both teams seem to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to think about the start that this game got off to, where Southwest Guilford was in complete control. 2 interceptions right away, led to 2 back-to-back scoring drives, starting with this one. Cam McCain punching it in to start the game off.
A really nice back and forth there in the first half. Some sloppy play early from Ragsdale.
Yeah, it was really on both sides, but Ragsdale had the worst of it. Throwing these 2 interceptions, a few incompletions as well. Just didn't start off the game very well at all. Turned it over, and McGinnis makes them all pay for the second score of the night.
McGinnis, 8 of 18 through the air for 124 yards in the first half, 5 rushes for 57 yards. On the flip side for Southwest Guilford, really able to establish the run game. And how about this pitch and catch for the score in that first half? Haxton, 5 of 13, marked for that touchdown toss, 59 yards, 57 of them on that play right there.
And that's where you start to see some of this consistency for this Ragsdale offense open up and find its footing in the second quarter. But Southwest Guilford not going away, able to put another scoring drive on the board.
And that was kind of toward the late stages of that first half. And Southwest Guilford able to take the lead, and they'll take that 21-10 lead into the locker room. You look at some of the first half numbers, what jumps out to you?
Well, really, you see the difference in total yards. You would think this game is going to be a lot further away. But again, that second quarter, Ragsdale did a great job of finding its footing offensively and really getting back there. But it's going to be those penalties that this coaching staff will talk about. That's 6 for 45.
And the turnovers as well. 5 combined turnovers, although give Ragsdale a lot of credit, didn't turn the football over at all after the third drive of the game.
Right, exactly. Really corrected their mistakes, took better care of the football, didn't turn it over anymore after those first 3 drives. And did a great job of getting something going offensively, finding some rhythm and groove, and even adding some points along the way.
All right, so it'll be Southwest Guilford who gets the football to start the third period of play. And off we go in half number 2. Returnable from the 10. An opportunity for Xavion Bass in special teams. And he is upended at the 30-yard line. 21 yards on the return. And that is where the Cowboys will take over to start this third period. There is a flag down there at midfield.
So those flags right away already coming back out. Saw it a few times there in the first half. 9 combined penalties between the two teams, but not a great start here the second half to have another penalty on the field.
And someone has been disqualified from the game for that infraction too, and Coach Doak's going to get an explanation. Hubert Putnam is our lead official. And our crew is efforting to find the replay here to see who will be disqualified for the duration of this game.
I don't know, it didn't look like anything really crazy happened, not much extracurricular activity afterwards.
So it was Bass on the return, his second kickoff return of the year. And it was, okay, there's the stiff arm. There's a throwdown. But the flag was up near midfield. I didn't see anything malicious or anything that warranted a disqualification there.
I'm not sure.
So the flag was against Southwest Guilford, so it is obviously one of the Cowboys that has been removed from the game.
Flag on the play, personal foul, Southwest. They come back to their own 15-yard line.
Unusual.
Very. Wish we knew who the culpable party was that has been removed from the contest. Yeah, and perhaps it is Isaiah Mickens who will be disqualified. Looks like it is, removing his gear. Mickens, the starting cornerback. Now, not sure if it's Mickens for sure. Certainly don't want to speculate, but was removing some of his equipment. So we'll follow that storyline as the third quarter continues. So the first play from scrimmage of this third quarter is a handoff to McCain, who's been quiet for much of the night. And McCain rumbles ahead out near the 29-yard line. A first down run for the moment. And if it stands, will be a crescent forward first down. And it looks like it will indeed stand for McCain. Test drive a new Eco Sport at Crescent Ford and High Point. It's got the things you need to do the things you've always wanted.
Kane been splitting that workload in the backfield tonight for the Cowboys. So not much going in the first half, but a good effective run there on the first play from scrimmage here in half number 2.
That's just the second run of the game for McCain. He had the first carry of the first half, then didn't touch the ball again until right there. Totes the mail here and picks a lane out across the 30-yard line. McCain, the sophomore, gains 5 on first down.
Really thought that McCain would have a bigger role in this game coming into this one. I mean, this leading rusher for the team, a big-time playmaker, a bruising back. Who puts his head down, gets his shoulders upfield, and able to initiate that contact. So the impact by him hasn't been felt so far.
And there is Mickens' mark on the sideline being talked to by an authority figure, perhaps. Throwing here is McGinnis. Spins away from a tackler. And now scampers out of bounds, gains just a yard, third down.
Good fight by McGinnis, pulling the football down, avoiding the sack, getting out of trouble, and at least picking up a yard on that one.
McGinnis, the team's leading rusher through the first half. Second leading rusher is McCain. He has just 3 carries tonight. Tells you how good the run defense has been for the most part for Ragsdale.
Well, a lot of those runs that have come from McGinnis have been on busted plays in the passing game. Protection breaking down, he's able to make a play.
And a lot on that final drive of the first half, too, where Ragsdale was setting back in coverage.
Right.
Third down. A long 4. Setting up the screen. It's underthrown and caught by McCain, but he will be shy of the marker. Just a 2-yard gain. And Southwest Guilford, after that failed conversion, just 1 out of 4 on third downs.
It's a tough throw to make that time. McGinnis falling off his back foot. McCain had to go low to pick that football up off the ground, scoop it. Doesn't pick up the first, but it looks like their offense, they're comfortable enough in this area of the field to keep them on the field.
Opening drive of the third period. Southwest Guilford 0 for 1 on 4th down.
I wonder if they might just try to get this defense of Ragsdale to jump off sides.
You wonder if maybe McGinnis would quick kick it here too. High snap, ball's on the ground, and McGinnis picks it up. Busted play will not result in a first down. And McGinnis, boy, he's certainly animated. So is Coach Doak. And maybe some miscommunication there. Now you wonder if maybe Higgs was not supposed to touch that ball.
Well, I don't know, because the way it almost looked like McGinnis was faking it, like the ball, he spread his arms out like it was going over his head. Kind of giving that appearance that the ball goes over. If everyone rushes upfield, if that's the case, Higgs would have been out the gate on the right side of the offensive line if he gets past that rush.
But as it stands, a turnover on down,
right.
And now Ragsdale down 11, a chance to really change the complexion of this game. Good starting field position for the Tigers. Harris, but not a whole lot of help, and falls forward for just a yard.
Stretching that one out. Really only one play in the first half where Harris was able to turn his shoulders upfield and use that speed to his advantage. This time just trying to get something going, stutter steps, and can't get away from the Cowboys defense.
Would like to point out, Mark, Mickens for Southwest Guilford not on the field to start this first drive defensively for the Cowboys. So perhaps it was Mickens who was disqualified from the contest.
That's the case. That's a valuable asset gone on the back end of that defense in the secondary.
17 tackles this year. Low snap, forward straight ahead. No gain. It'll be third down.
Not just the tackle aspect, but a smart player as well. Saw a pass break up at the end of the first half by Mickens as well. Nice play for number 5. But for him, it's a defense that really values that leadership. And when you lose a guy like Mickens in the secondary, he's going to be missed. And now it's going to be on the shoulders of the rest of the guys, the other 4 guys from the safeties and corners, to make up that loss.
Play clock dwindling. Third down. Play action. Hackstall trying to make something happen, but some blindside pressure chaperones the quarterback out of bounds. Hunter Kane, the team's leading tackler, in for the stop.
See the speed of Kane getting upfield off the edge, and then the pursuit. The effort by Kane to wrestle down Haxtell in the backfield for no gain. An excellent play by the junior linebacker.
Came in to play with 42 tackles, the junior. Another one of those core pieces that returned for Southwest Guilford. And now in no man's land, Ragsdale will keep the offense on the field. 4th and 10.
Number 3, Seiler at the bottom of your screen.
To throw. Over the middle for Seiler. Incomplete. Had a step on his man, but couldn't haul it in.
Had him open over the middle. Seiler beat the man in coverage, one-on-one on the post. Haxtell just could not get it to him. They're going to miss that one. Right here, sets his feet and maybe just hurries it just a touch, but he had Seiler right over the middle. And they know that's a missed opportunity. That was 6.
So both sides turn it over on downs to open up the third period. Ragsdale's defense will be called upon again to try to keep this an 11-point margin.
It's back and forth. You're that defense for Ragsdale. You've really stepped up here since the beginning stages of this game. Can you do it again?
In the backfield that time, not a whole lot doing. It was Jones that got the call.
Johan Jones on the carry.
Really, outside of McGinnis, this offense hasn't had much success on the ground here tonight. Kind of pointed that out coming out of the half. Really, a lot of those rushing yards have been on broken plays that McGinnis has really taken onto his own shoulders and made count and made the most of each of those situations. But from the running back position, it's been tough sledding running the football right now.
Ground attack again. Jones looking for the edge. And he's wrangled down again. Nice pursuit to the football. Mason Harris in to lead the charge for the Tigers.
Really good pursuit to the football. Saw all those black jerseys flying all the way over to Jones. You don't just see one guy making contact. There were 3 or 4 Ragsdale defenders right there to make that stop.
Gain of 6. It's 3rd down. Southwest Guilford, 1 of 4 on 3rd downs this evening.
Well, that's been because of the way Ragsdale's played defensively. I've loved the effort that they have given here tonight, finding themselves in a hole and not giving up.
Ragsdale crowds the box. McGinnis throws. Long throw. Tough throw is complete. And a 1st down catch. Again, it's Wilson with a big catch to keep the drive alive.
Seems to be the route they really love for Wilson right there. That little comeback curl. Just right inside, a rhythm throw. McGinnis, easy. And Wilson yet again makes a big-time catch to move the sticks.
5 catches, 93 yards for Wilson. Averaging 25 yards a catch coming, or 20 of yards receiving coming into play tonight. Another crescent 4 at 1st down. Southwest Guilford approaching midfield. To the ground. And nothing doing there for Jones. He's strung out again.
Johan Jones stopped on the play by.
They came up a little limped on that one.
Beg your pardon, that was actually Higgs, I think, that got the call on the ground. Lost a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. You know, one of the things that Coach Doak for Southwest Guilford told us is that his team had to be able to do the little things right this week. Mark, you feel like they've been able to achieve those minute details in this game?
I think for the most part, it's about taking care of your assignment, right? And holding your teammates accountable for what they're doing. For the most part, they've done that here tonight. They've found success. It's about continuing that drive, though.
Bubble screen for Wilson, spinning his way to the 2nd level. Wilson in a foot race. It's a house call for the sophomore. 53 yards, no flags.
Talked a little bit about the size of Wilson. A big man on the outside there, 6'2" and 185, but the sophomore has speed. He's got wheels and elusiveness, the playmaking ability once the football is in his hands to get away from defenders, and you saw it that time in the open field, the speed to run away for the long touchdown.
A Sunbelt Rentals touchdown for Southwest Guilford. Sunbelt Rentals is offering rental locations across the Triad to quickly deliver ready-to-work equipment when and where you need it.
I have been so impressed by this connection tonight. From McGinnis to Wilson, they have found each other almost every single time that connection has been counted upon.
Now over 100 yards receiving for Wilson tonight. His 2nd touchdown catch of the year. For McGinnis, his 5th touchdown toss. And some laundry on the field before this extra point.
And if you want to talk about playoff football, the cliches about it, cold weather, run the football, hard-nosed defense. But you got to be able to have some form of passing game to get it done. And right now you're seeing it. Those two right now, Wilson and McGinnis, they're heating up. That connection is strong.
Loya on for the extra point. Drives that one through. And it's a 3-score lead for Southwest Guilford. On their 2nd drive of this 2nd period, Wilson with the catch. And then he pirouettes all the way to the end zone. 3-score lead for the Cowboys.
Lindsay Realty. Mark leads Lindsay Real Estate Holdings as president.
Man, take a load off. Tough night watching all these points be on the board. Coming up in the fourth quarter, stay tuned to find out who is tonight's Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Player of the Game. The Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, your one-stop source for entertainment in Winston-Salem. Arnold Jones Services kickoff. Here's a short kickoff. This is returnable. And out shy of the 40-yard line for Brown. And first down for Ragsdale, looking for an answer offensively.
Well, for as well as this offense has played here and finding its footing, finding some consistency, they need to get it going in overdrive now to keep up with this offense for Southwest Guilford, who has really found themselves in this game as well. Now 4 touchdowns on the board, including the long one from McGinnis to Wilson on the last drive.
18-point lead for Southwest Guilford. They come on a run blitz. Play action. Hackstall will scramble and picks up 7 on first down. You know, one of the things that Coach Boykin told us is that, you know, you can't teach maturity. And this is a team that is very young for Ragsdale. We mentioned it earlier. 6 freshmen, 12 sophomores, 8 juniors on their team. I thought he made an interesting point. Said there's a reason you don't see 18-year-old players in the NFL. And Hackstall, I think, embodies the maturity that this team is enduring. He's matured from the first half now to the third quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the first 3 drives, 3 picks to end each drive, and he's put that behind him, having a short memory. And Hackstall's played a pretty good brand of football here since those early mistakes.
Lead play. Hackstall will keep it and moves the pile forward. Another first down. Test drive a new Eco Sport at Crescent Ford and High Point. It's got the things you need to do the things you've always wanted. Nice start to this drive for Ragsdale.
And to that point about the youth, though, this team is so young. And realistically, when you think about it, you see the pieces. There is a foundation here and a coaching staff who does believe in the process of what they're going through.
Well, keep in mind that the freshmen on this team have not played football since 2019. The sophomores, sure, maybe they played in the spring, but a lot of these players should be on the JV squad right now. And Ragsdale just can't afford to have those JV players, those players playing down. They're baptism by fire here on the varsity level in 4A. Irvin on the sweep and lowers his head, but will lose a couple of yards. And for a program in Ragsdale that is small in numbers as a 4A school, but then they lose some players because of the attrition with COVID and perhaps players not coming out to try out for the team. Really hard to be able to establish that sense of normal for this Ragsdale program.
And everyone in the state really goes through that. Maybe not that exact issue, but everyone has had to deal with some sort of issue and problem throughout this season because of the way that COVID has impacted the landscape of high school football in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah, numbers are down across the board. Hopefully that changes when we get into next fall. Both coaches talked about the importance of having a normal offseason, or you're not playing in the spring and then having to play in the fall again. Hackstall just tries to float one up, and Ford unable to make the catch. Believe that Southwest Guilford wanted a grounding infraction, but did not get it.
Hackstall just so much pressure, good coverage on that screenplay.
Coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll highlight tonight's Roan Law play of the game. Roan Law, the Triads injury attorneys. And now 3rd down and long coming for Coach Boykin's squad. Coach Boykin, a native of Clinton, North Carolina. There's a lot of athletes in that family tree. Niece Michaela, a basketball player for the Charlotte 49er women's basketball program that will crank up here in a couple of weeks. 49ers, the alma mater of one Hannah Brady. 3rd down. Deep shot here for Seiler, incomplete. And a flag for pass interference. Remember, there is no uncatchable in high school football. Jaden Ray, who already has 1 interception tonight, was in coverage for Southwest Guilford.
Oh, we've seen some physical play across the board tonight, and there has been no shortage of it out wide either between these corners and these receivers. Maybe just a little bit too much contact, a little too early that time.
I think the hand around the midsection was the...
kind of wrapped around.
Yeah, I think that was the part that got Ray there.
Right position, right play.
And remember, it is not a spot foul in high school as it is at some level. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. And in high school football, pass interference is also not an automatic first down. So this is still going to be...
It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. And that's the explanation that Chuck Doak is getting now on the far sideline from us.
So it should be the 15. And
a picture worth 1,000 words. This should be really close. It's going to depend on the spot.
Well, if it doesn't move the stick, too. I'll tell you what, that's got to be a first down, right?
Has to be. And it will be. Yeah, they'll move the chains.
Well, 3rd and long, you got this offense back in a position it doesn't want to be in, and you draw that penalty. Now a fresh set of downs for this Ragsdale offense.
And now a timeout from Southwest Guilford. And as they take a break, we will as well. It's a 28-10 advantage for the Cowboys, trying to snap a 3-game losing streak here on the road late in the 3rd period. After the penalty, first down here for Ragsdale, trying to keep the drive alive and find their way for pay dirt again, Mark.
Drive kept alive by that penalty. They've got a chance here, finally in some plus territory in the 2nd half. This would be a nice little step towards improving for a young roster.
Hacksaw underneath. Seiler tight ropes the sideline and then is ushered out of bounds near the marker again. Gain of 15 yards and another crescent forward first down.
It's a real shame that Andrew Seiler's not going to get past this year. Of course, a senior. A lot of playmaking ability. 5'10", 170 pounds, but he can move well in space, very elusive.
That 15-yard pass play, the 2nd longest of the game, their longest for Ragsdale since the touchdown pass of 57 yards in the 1st half, which also went to Seiler.
Very competitive football player as well. A very good one they'll surely miss after this season here in Ragsdale.
Back to the ground. It's kept by Hacksaw. And is upended there inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Nice first down run for the sophomore quarterback.
And really, you look at Hacksaw, we talk about some of the things he's done well tonight. That's a big kid. And he's still just a sophomore. You look at the roster, he's listed as an athlete, and you can see why, the way he moves down the field. And you got to think about all the pieces that are so young on this roster and a team that's still developing and trying to find their footing as they go forward into the future. That's got to be one of their integral pieces. Devin Ragsdale.
6'2", 210. Wants to throw here. Flushed. Floats one to the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Seiler, but here comes Laundry again. They're going to get Ray for pass interference for the second time on this drive.
Up there is no such thing as an uncatchable football in high school. I don't know if that was the greatest throw in the world. We'll get a look here by Ragsdale, but it was enough to draw the flag. Seiler, a good job finding the football in the air. Maybe could have come back to it, but more contact again, draws the flag for the second time on this drive.
Keep in mind, Southwest Guilford down a starting defensive back. Isaiah Mickens disqualified from the game on the opening kickoff of this third quarter. So he is unavailable for Coach Doak and his defense. Coach Doak, also the defensive coordinator, has called defensive plays for 27 out of his 28 years as a football coach.
You definitely tell where this team's identity hangs its hat at. And that is on the defensive side of the football.
First and goal. Three-step drop. Crossing route is almost intercepted. Looking for Nix across the middle. Second and goal.
Talked about the physical play on the other side of the field from the cornerback spot. This time a little bit more of that. Ragsdale trying to fit that ball into a tight window. Really good coverage by Southwest Guilford that time. Graves shadowing the receiver. I really love the competitive spirit of this game, though, Chris. Both sides not really backing down despite what the score may be.
Second and goal. And nothing for Ford. The sophomore is stonewalled. And now third and goal.
See some of the penetration here. Nothing going that time. The immovable object, Garcia, taking on a double team, splitting it, and then making the stop. A great play by number.
Inside of 2 minutes, a throw to the end zone. Seiler is there. Did he stay in bounds? No, he did not.
So close. I mean, so close. The toe was just out of bounds. A little too tall this time.
And now fourth and goal.
Oh, that's a tough play. Get a second look of it here. Let him just out of bounds.
Yeah, half step.
Real tough play.
Now the offense staying on the field on fourth and goal. Ragsdale is flushed. Has a seam. Can he get there? He dives for the score. The second rushing score of the year for Devin Ragsdale. And all of a sudden, the Sunbelt Reynolds makes it a 12-point game. Another Sunbelt Reynolds touchdown for Ragsdale. Sunbelt Reynolds quickly delivering ready-to-work equipment when and where you need it.
Ragsdale, the presence of mind, the nice little move on Jalen Quick on the edge. The stutter step has him hesitate and space freezes him. It allows him to make enough room along the sideline to dive in for the touchdown.
Extra point is blocked, and that keeps it at a 12-point game late in the third period. Stay tuned in the fourth quarter for tonight's West Rock scoring summary. West Rock, your local leader in paper packaging and displays. Come join our team at jobs.westrock.com. Well, turned into a ball game between these two longtime foes.
Ragsdale continues to fight. They're continuing to claw back into this game. no matter how many points Southwest Guilford seems to want to put on the board, Ragsdale has had an answer for most of those punches after that 14-0 hole was created.
All right, now who does Southwest Guilford lean on, Mark, to try to salt away this third quarter and keep things going offensively?
Well, the guy so far tonight has been Joey McGinnis. Their quarterback has been executing at a high level so far here through roughly 3 quarters. Has had an excellent game, running the football, making accurate throws down the field. And he's been the one consistent piece of this offense tonight outside of his receiver, Corbin Wilson. That connection has been on fire here so far tonight. So you got to think those two are going to continue to look for each other as this game continues to go on.
Well, let's go down to the field. Hannah's got more for us. Hannah?
Thanks, Chris. I'm down here on the field, and the Cowboys are up 28. And we talked to Coach Doak earlier this week, and we asked him about his motto for his team, and he said, Cowboys strong. That's what we say. And he says it's much more than a game. After every game, they have a routine, and he asked them to accept a prayer for him. And he says that the Cowboys' strength is in everything we do, and we can certainly see that out here tonight.
Absolutely, Hannah. Will not be pleased with the amount of infractions his team has had tonight. There was another penalty on Southwest Guilford on that extra point try. It's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike. So now kicking off, and there's another player ejected for Southwest Guilford too. Now we're going to see Ragsdale kick off on the plus side of the 50. Would love to see the player that was disqualified as well.
Talked about some of the emotions earlier on in the game, a rivalry game. Everything means a little bit more here, so got to get those corralled back under control. This officiating crew has done a pretty good job of stomping out any of those flames that have ignited themselves here tonight.
Ready for another Arnold Jones Services Heating and Air Conditioning kickoff. Onside kick, and just missing it was Miller. Jamari Miller, an inch, maybe 6 inches away from corralling that onside kick.
And he's close. Miller's made quite a few plays in his own right so far here tonight.
Has 2 interceptions.
If that ball slows up for just one hop, he may have had another huge play in this game.
As it stands, it'll be Southwest Guilford getting the football where the ball went out of bounds at, I believe, which will be at the 27-yard line. And now Hubert Putnam will get his team together. I thought you got the ball at the 35-yard line on a free kick out of bounds.
Because even the penalty on the kickoff where the ball was placed doesn't have any effect on this.
And now, yeah. Now they're going to place the ball at the 32. Okay. Split the difference. Maybe not. Well, I don't think the political conventions are for another couple of years, but we're getting a head start on it tonight.
Oh, man.
Coach Doak getting an explanation. I think he's thinking the same thing we are, that the ball went out of bounds.
Yep.
So the ball should be placed at the 35-yard line. Meanwhile, Coach Boykin, frustrated, he wants an explanation too. And a thorough explanation from referee Putnam.
I'm just trying to figure out any sort of way that that ball's not 35.
My guess is because the ball did not go out of bounds past the 30-yard line, that the ball is placed where it went out of bounds at. But after all that, we're ready to go.
On we play.
Another third quarter that's drug on a little bit tonight as Harrison on the sweep picks up 8.
Southwest carried by number 88, Darius.
Nice little play. Again, something that this offense for Southwest Guilford has done tonight. They've set themselves up well on second and third down because of the success that they've had on first down. The play calling's been a big part of that. Harrison taking the sweep around to the left side, follows his blockers, gets upfield, and a nice gain on first down. It really allows you to be creative here on second down. Maybe you want to take a shot down the field. You can, if you feel comfortable that your offense can get 2 yards on that third down if need be.
Final 60 seconds of the game's third stanza. Ragsdale coming on a blitz. Straight ahead, another tough first down run. A pickup of 5 that time. It was McCain who got the call. Another Crescent Ford first down. Test drive a new EcoSport at Crescent Ford in High Point. It's got the things you need to do the things you've always wanted.
Ken didn't hear his name called much in the first half, but here in the third quarter, his presence has been felt. A couple of hard runs. Another one right there moves the sticks yet again. The balance that this offense has really had here for most of the game has to be noted because they played with good rhythm. And when they've had good drives, they have been executed well.
This is Wilson keeping it, and Wilson thrown for a loss. Another good play in the open field by this Ragsdale defense.
Really good pursuit that time, too. And that's really what's got to be noted there. May have missed the tackle initially, but continues to play. And makes a tackle for a loss for Wilson.
And that should take us to the game's final period. Southwest Guilford trying to snap a 3-game losing streak both overall and in this series. Ragsdale trying to come from behind to get a signature win late in the season. The fourth quarter is on its way next when you return to Jamestown.
Purchase season pass tickets will be available.
Ragsdale trying to come from behind to win their 4th consecutive game in the series over Southwest Guilford. They trail by 12 as Southwest Guilford tries to salt things away early in this 4th period. Chris Edwards, Mark Covert, Hannah Brady, the rest of our tremendous team with you from Jamestown tonight. Thanks for making us part of your Friday night, the penultimate game of the regular season. McGinnis keeps it and is thrown for a loss. It's Seiler in coverage for the Tigers.
Well, missed a touchdown catch. Actually, 2 of them there in the third quarter. Seiler did, but comes up to make the play defensively. Really comes up. McGinnis has been so good with the football in his hands running it tonight, but Seiler was having none of that. Tackles him in the backfield for a huge loss.
Second sack of the game for this Ragsdale defense, just their 5th of the season. A defense that has given up 43 points or more in 6 consecutive games, but an inspired effort by Ragsdale tonight.
This feels like a pretty big down, doesn't it? At this point in the ball game, with a 12-point lead, Ragsdale put some points on the board, but they are not a prolific offense. This is a huge play here on third down.
Third down and behind the chains. And a timeout called by Ragsdale here early in the fourth quarter. You wonder if that timeout might come back to hurt Coach Boykin's club.
Well, I think they kind of sense the importance of this down as well, though. Realistically, when you look at the way they've played offense, it hasn't come in bunches. It's been spread out amongst drives. You get a few drives where nothing happens, and then you get a burst of consistency on a drive that you put points on the board.
For Southwest Guilford, though, third down, you're behind the chains. Is this two-down territory, or is this, hey, if we don't get it, we're going to play the field position game?
Well, we already saw them go for a fourth down at around their own 40 in the third quarter anyway. So I got to think that they're playing with that kind of mentality. How much confidence really I think they have in their defense dictates what they do on fourth down if they don't pick up the first down here.
Should point out, already down a couple of players at Southwest Guilford defensively. Have had two players disqualified, one on the opening kickoff return of the third quarter, another after an extra point try late in the third period too.
Some of those emotions of this rivalry game. Schools so close together proximity-wise. These kids know each other. You just kind of get a little too fired up and play outside of yourself.
Timeout is over. Third down and long. Play action for McGinnis. Pump fakes and is sacked. 2 plays, 2 sacks for the Ragsdale defense. This time it's Javian Bell for his first sack of the year.
Good job rushing to the outside and then working their way back up into the pocket. These edge rushers for Ragsdale. McGinnis did a good job climbing back up into the pocket. These rushers too quick back to the inside and bring McGinnis down for the sack.
And now the first punt of the night. A quick kick by McGinnis, and there's a flag. I don't know if he got it away. It might be a delay. And it is, I believe, going to be a delay of game. Boy, Ragsdale lucky in a couple of ways there. That's an illegal substitution on Ragsdale. So a 5-yard penalty, still fourth down, but what I mean, Southwest Guilford had a player split out that was sort of hiding in the shadows that could have been a big play, and then almost a big play there for McGinnis. Let's take another look.
When he was almost jumping up and down, really waving his arms, telling his unit to go. He was wide open.
And McGinnis maybe embellishing a play a little bit there, trying to draw a roughing the kicker call. Still fourth down and long, and still, you assume, a punting situation for the Cowboys.
Ragsdale is treating it as such. Seiler is back deep.
But it's McGinnis who hangs out there, maybe looking to quick kick it. He does. Seiler from the 25. And it's muffed. And Southwest recovers. Pouncing on it was Kendall Woodhouse.
Talked about all the positive things that Seiler's done tonight, and just like that, a huge mistake here in the late stages of this one. I understand you're trying to make a play, but if you're not confident making that catch, get away from the football.
31 yards on the kick. And boy, this could be a huge swing possession. 2 minutes gone in the fourth period. Maybe a chance for the knockout punch here for Southwest Guilford.
Talk about a defense that's fought all night. Ragsdale needs to come up with a huge stop here.
Wanting to throw McGinnis this way. It's incomplete. Looking for Hairston. And you certainly feel if you're Southwest Guilford, you need to convert some points here, Mark. This is their best starting field position since the first drive of the game.
They got to put some points here on the board. And effectively, that could salt this one away, but they've got to get there first, and this overthrow isn't going to help. Harrison's been targeted a few times tonight by McGinnis, but it really feels like every time he's just overshot him.
Do you look for Wilson here?
I'm surprised we haven't called his name more here in the second half. Only once, if I can recall. But absolutely, the way that Wilson's been taking care of this defensive backfield.
McCain straight ahead. Boy, a nice first down run. Picks up 5, maybe 6. Things still a little testy down there.
Hard-nosed football right up the middle. in between the tackles, old school. Kane is the perfect back for that situation too.
Really balanced attack by Southwest Guilford tonight. And we talked about the youth movement for Ragsdale, but a lot of young players for Southwest Guilford. McGinnis will leave, and that's a big loss. He's going to be missed sorely, but some of those key players, Wilson, McCain, Woodhouse, they're all back. Third down. To the ground again for Higgs, who has the touchdown run tonight. And he'll pick up another first down, another third down conversion.
Like the play call that time. Everything's kind of worked its way to the left. Except for Lawrence Higgs. Just worked his way back to the right side of the offensive line, and there were not many Tigers home to defend that one. Nice play call again by this coaching staff. I've loved the game plan that they've set up offensively here tonight. The balance, despite not much success early on in the running game, they've stuck with it. You're starting to see some of that shine through here with some effective runs in the second half.
Now the Crescent Ford first down. Crescent Ford of High Point, we keep you rolling. Hairston is tripped up, but able to fight ahead for a couple of yards. Second down coming. And you can see the foundation being laid, Mark, for both of these clubs. And for both teams, it begins with the run.
Absolutely, and being creative with the way they are running the football. Again, it's not just running straight up the middle in between the tackles with the same running back over and over and over again. It's been wide receivers. It's been your quarterback. Everyone, skill position-wise, has gotten in on the rushing attack tonight. And you can see how that's paid dividends here now in quarter number 4.
Second and medium, a throw this way for Hairston. Eludes one defender and will be close to a first and goal. And both coaches talked about the importance of having a full off season, of being able to implement some of the things they wanted to put in, especially Southwest Guilford making the transition to a 4A school. Tough time to make that transition when you play in the spring. Now you're playing in the fall as a 4A institution.
Yeah, find yourself with a short off season, moving up the ranks. You see Harrison tried to push the ball out there at the very end. Maybe a smart play not to dive for it and you lose grip of the football. It goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Sets up a first down and goal. And now referee Putnam wants to have another conference. Not quite sure what this is all about. We have seen referee Putnam's smiling face a lot tonight. First and goal. Southwest Guilford a chance for the knockout punch. And another touchdown. This time it's Johan Jones, his first of the season. And a Sunbelt Rentals touchdown for Southwest Guilford. Perhaps the exclamation point. Sunbelt Rentals offering rental locations across the Triad to quickly deliver ready-to-work equipment when and where you need it.
Just had to think this was going to go right inside. Jones has been so good tonight, holding on to that football and getting those tough yards in between the tackles. It pays off now. First touchdown of the season for the young man. And what may have been the dagger in this football game here with about 8.5 left.
And now Loya on for the extra point. It's the first time that Southwest Guilford has scored more than 23 points since they beat Western Guilford 40-6 back in late September. And a game that on paper will look a little one-sided, although it doesn't tell the whole story of how competitive the game has been to this point, as the kick is good. And it's a 35-16 lead for Southwest Guilford. They try to pull away here early in the fourth quarter. Stay with us. We'll have more from Jamestown on the other side of this timeout. Ragsdale gets the football in just a moment. Ragsdale trying to come from behind here in the fourth quarter as Southwest Guilford marches down the field, puts another 7 points on the board. Really entertaining, physical football game tonight. Future, Mark, certainly bright for both of these clubs.
You actually talked about it a little bit earlier in this broadcast, Chris. We've seen a lot of sophomore play at the quarterback position. Seen a lot of it here tonight as well. Senior on one side, but the future seems pretty bright with Devin Haxtell at the quarterback position for Ragsdale.
Squib kick, and Ragsdale will start near the 30-yard line. One of the things Coach Boykin has talked about is there's no quit in his team at Ragsdale. You're seeing that tonight. Would have been easy to quit and pack it in earlier this season. I mean, they've lost, 7 consecutive games. A young football team. We've talked about this really ad nauseum tonight. A lot of these kids should be playing JV football, should be playing, have not played since 2019, but there's a lot of pieces here, and Coach Boykin knows that. He told us in our conversation yesterday, we're not empty nesters here. The cupboard is stocked, and it's just a matter of getting some of that experience. Haxall under siege and sacked again. Puckett leading the charge defensively.
And that is where this experience factor is going to come into play, maybe more than anywhere else, and that's along the 5 guys with the offensive line. You have to understand, you're having 5 guys try to move as one, and if one guy doesn't do his job, that can compromise the entire play. And you see it there, Haxtell had no chance to set his feet and make a throw down the field.
I mean, you look at this offensive line for Ragsdale, your starting center and right guard are both freshmen. You had some key backups that are all sophomores, as a matter of fact. So a lot of those players that are getting some valuable reps coming back. And with a full offseason, a full chance to learn the system will only help these teams. Haxtell has played a nice game tonight and has that one nearly intercepted. There is a flag down. Braylor Clark got his paw on it. And the personal foul is against Southwest Guilford. Would say roughing the passer infraction against the Cowboys. That's their 8th penalty of the night for 141 yards, Mark.
Let's take a look at it here. Pressure again right up the middle. And I think that's a pretty good call that time. Kane just smacking Haxtell as he got rid of the football.
Beg your pardon, 115 penalty yards tonight for Southwest Guilford. With the amount of flags we've seen, it feels like 141. There have been a lot of hankies on the field this evening.
That there have.
You know, if we're looking ahead toward next year, could see if we could find a laundromat that could sponsor for some of the laundry we're going to need for all the flags we've seen this year.
Maybe not a bad idea. They've been active tonight. But oftentimes that's just byproduct of young teams playing against each other, right? So much youth across each roster leads to a little bit of undisciplinary play.
But that goes to a larger point, I think, this year. We've seen an influx, and Haxtell is a great example of this, an influx of sophomore quarterbacks throughout the triad this season, Mark. And the future in terms of the quarterback position for a lot of these schools is very bright.
I think that's the point, realistically. We've seen a lot of great quarterback play, and a lot of them so young. And Haxtell is just another prime example of that. Young man has taken a lot of hits here tonight, but he's continued to get up and fight and fight and fight. And when you talk about the foundation of any offense in today's football, the quarterback position is the primary source.
And as we talked about, this is a Ragsdale team a little behind the 8 ball offensively. Offensive coordinator leaves late in the process of getting ready for the season to try to, or then takes the head coaching job. Ragsdale's got to reinvent the offense, and you know, it's not going to show up in terms of wins and losses, but the experience this club has gained, it's been invaluable for some of these young players.
And I think that's really where you've got to look at it, because really when you hear that your offensive coordinator leaves right before the season begins, I don't know that people understand how important, how massive of a blow that can be for a football team. I mean, you're taking the entire structure of your offense and it's just essentially gone. So you're having to start over from scratch and figure out what your roster does well And as the season has gone on, Ragsdale, I think, has gotten a good look at what some of those pieces are and what they can do effectively.
Is it easier for an offense to overcome some of those when you're a younger football team like Ragsdale is?
I think so, because at that point you can kind of shape them more. You're looking at a blank canvas. You can allow to work with them, develop them, not a finished product. Not to say that any senior high school football player is a finished product, because they're all still so far from that. But when you get a hold of a kid who's a freshman or a sophomore, and really even a junior, you still have time to really work with them, develop their skill set, and maybe it matches what you're looking for offensively.
Talk about being able to develop and match the skill set. Southwest Guilford has a youth program that the football coaching staff very involved with, which has really become a stepping stone for some of these Southwest Guilford players to reach the varsity level. It's a chance for Coach Doak to get into those middle schools and those Pop Warner and youth programs to install his philosophy, and you hope that becomes a pipeline for the Southwest Guilford club.
Absolutely, and that's really where it all starts, right? You can't just, they come in as freshmen and you say, well, let's develop you now. Now I'm interested in you. You got to get to them where they're younger and they understand what the philosophy of what Ragsdale football is, and it all starts with that youth program. A great program, and allows this program to really build.
Third down after the penalty. That's incomplete. Brings up fourth down for Ragsdale.
And, it's interesting, though, to that point, you always hear about coaches getting into the middle school classroom and kind of just showing face, so that the kids understand, he cares, he's down here at this level. But to have a program that's devoted to it, I think, is a different level. And you got to commend Ragsdale for what they've done with
Southwest Guilford with the youth program.
Excuse me.
But yeah, and that's something that certainly helps for Coach Doak. His fourth year as the head coach, longtime defensive coordinator. And there's been a lot of things not just on the field for Southwest Guilford. A team GPA of 3.0. Coach Doak saying that they want football lessons that they're learning on the field and at Southwest to be applied to everyday life. Now they've certainly applied their football lessons to tonight's game. Defense playing very good here, especially in the second half.
Is Ragsdale trying to make something out of nothing there? He's done it so often tonight. Active feet. The big man's made some things happen when he's been on the move, but that time to no avail, and turns the football over here. But you can see the foundation. Yeah. Certainly you can for both sides here. And it may look a little bit different for both sides. The blueprint is not the same. But you can definitely see where in a year or two, Ragsdale and Southwest Guilford could be a little bit higher up the ranks and really duking it out for playoff supremacy later on down the road.
Yeah, a couple of proud programs. Southwest Guilford has certainly been there in terms of deep playoff runs. Ragsdale, a couple of state titles back in the 70s. McGinnis to throw underneath. And out of bounds goes Phillips after the catch. Clock continues to move after an 8-yard pickup. We approach the halfway point of the final period.
Nice little play out to the left side. Again, another good rhythm throw. This is something this offense has done all night tonight. Giving McGinnis a chance to sling the football, but give him the opportunity to do it with space and time. And another effective play on first down. I guess they're running the clock, so the tackle technically was
in bounds.
Yeah. Process was made.
Very demonstrative there from our lead referee. An emphatic run the clock.
Yes.
Like a third base coach waving somebody home. To the ground, and nothing for Higgs.
Carried by number 22, Lawrence Higgs. No gain. Brings up
Another third down.
Of course, you can still see areas for where each team can improve. Really starting with Southwest Guilford, because they still do have that shot at potentially making the playoffs here this season.
Yeah, it still needs some help.
Running the football is going to have to be that crucial point. We've seen some life out of the passing game, but you can't expect them to go into a playoff game and say, Joey McGinnis, I need you to run the football tonight, and I need you to throw it. Your running backs have to be able to take that load off.
McGinnis keeps it on third down and picks up the first down. Another nice night for McGinnis. A Crescent Ford first down. Crescent Ford of High Point. We keep you rolling. Let's take a look now at our player of the game, Mark, brought to you by the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. The Winston-Salem Fairgrounds, your one-stop source for entertainment in Winston-Salem. No surprise, it's Joey McGinnis, who has been phenomenal for Southwest Guilford this evening.
All the ways that he has created and generated yards and offense for this team tonight were profound from the start. The rushing touchdown out the gate, and just continue to get it done on the ground, and also found some crucial connections through the air, namely with Corbin Wilson.
Yeah, a couple of really nice throws, including this touchdown toss. And just a little bit has some nice runs there at the end of the first half. So just a really good game overall for Joey McGinnis. By the way, there was a flag on that play and a sportsmanlike foul call against Ragsdale. So after the play, 15 free yards. There are the numbers for McGinnis, 12 of 23, over 200 yards passing. 9 rushes, also a rushing score. He is tonight's Winston-Salem Fairgrounds player of the game.
Just in complete control. The offense for much of tonight has led them on some solid drives. They have capitalized when they have been in a position to do so off of turnovers. He's not just been a game manager, he has been the battery for this offense, and he has made it go tonight.
To McCain here on the ground. Stays in bounds, picks up 5 yards. Just a methodical, workmanlike approach for Southwest Guilford tonight. I know the motto is Cowboys strong, but you could also maybe think of this as a blue-collar type team.
Absolutely. Talked about how running the football is going to have to be something they want to improve on here and going into next week. And if they go and continue on further, they have to be effective with it. But to their credit, they've had some nice drives tonight that have gone on for a while.
Coach Doak over there working hard. Going to get a new wing, a new leg in the offseason. Going to have some offseason surgery. Been hobbling around. I joked with him during our coach's corner last week that I'm like, Coach, what are you going to do if you guys make a playoff run? He's like, well, we're going to have to put off the surgery, but going to have a little help there to aid him on the football field. Yeah. He said he's really excited about being able to demonstrate football again to his team in practice next year.
I'm sure. You could tell how much Coach Doak just loves being on a football field.
Speaking of next week and games in the Coach's Corner, we got a good one for you. We'll be in the Village. We'll head down the road for that big rivalry matchup, East Forsyth and West Forsyth. West, a big win tonight. East Forsyth in a battle in double overtime with Glenn. That conference has been, they're getting triple overtime now, I'm being told. That conference is so tough. And Glenn and East battling it out. West could be in the conversation for a conference championship too. Looking forward to seeing those two programs. Had a chance to chat with Coach Willard of East and Coach Snow of West for our Coaches' Corners earlier in the week. And those guys always full of energy. Those games always entertaining. So I hope that you'll join us next Friday right here at 7:30 for the regular season finale. East at West should be a barn burner.
Man, tell you what, think about the importance that game could carry too.
Yeah, I mean you're thinking maybe a conference championship. You're also thinking a home game or two in the playoffs. Remember, there's an extra round in the playoffs this year as well. So a lot on the line from the village of Clemens next week.
That might be as big a final week game as you're going to find in the state of North Carolina.
Not much doing there. As we approach the final 2 minutes. Let's take a look now, Mark, at our play of the game brought to you by Roan Law. Roan Law, the triad attorneys who are here to help. And with McGinnis being our player of the game, how about a little love to Corbin Wilson for this nice spin move and a 53-yard touchdown catch.
You know what, the big man has been electric on the outside, showing off the wheels there, the elusiveness and the strength. From a physical aspect, it was all on display on that play. A well-deserved long touchdown run and the recognition as well.
Final 100 seconds. This is McCain, who is drugged down inside the 5. It is 1st and goal for Southwest Guilford.
Another strong run. McCain, again, we didn't hear his name, but maybe once or twice in the first half. And he's come on here in the second half. I don't know if they were just kind of saving him for later in the game to be that bell cow here, but you have felt his presence here in the second half. He has made an impact with the way he has run, not just by the yards that he has collected, but also by the way he has gone about it. From a physical standpoint, he has bullied his way through several of those runs and through would-be tacklers.
8 rushes for 49 yards tonight. 7 of those carries and 41 of those yards have come in the second half. More terrific numbers from our stats guru, Carter Hicks. McGinnis on the rollout and is down at the 1. 43 seconds to go. By the way, if you're looking for good college football tomorrow, we've got that for you on My 48. We'll tell you about it after this replay.
Awful close. I'll take that call.
McGinnis wanted it. Now coming up tomorrow right here on My 48, more college football action. It'll be a good one as Elon back at home taking on New Hampshire. That's a 1 o'clock start from Rhodes Stadium. You can join our friends Taylor Durham, Matt Krause, and Marilyn Payne for all the action. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside. 43 seconds to go. Back with the conclusion of this one after this on My 48. Second down and goal, a quarterback sneak for McGinnis, who finishes the drive with his 3rd score of the night.
Well, if you want to put an exclamation point on this one, that's the way to do it.
And how about the Gatorade bath for Coach Doak? Snaps a 3-game losing streak to this Ragsdale program, and it's all smiles for Southwest Guilford, with all of their goals still very much attainable in terms of making the postseason. This is a Southwest program that has not had a losing season since 2015 when they went 6-7. A win next week, they get to 500, and you never know, a chance to sneak into the playoffs as a wild card in 4A. Extra point is good, and a big second half for the Cowboys.
Feels like a cheap shot on Coach Doak, though, doesn't it? He can't even run away to save himself a Gatorade bath.
He's probably all good with that Gatorade bath.
You see the love that his players have for him, too. A team that fully embodies what that coaching staff sells, what they push forward, the values they're trying to teach these young men as they move forward.
All right, Mark, let's look at tonight's West Rock scoring summary. West Rock, your local leader in paper, packaging, and displays. Come join our team at jobs.westrock.com. You'll see the big 4th quarter here for Western Guilford. It was a game that was very much in flux as we got to the late and then early stages, late 3rd, early 4th quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the bookend 14-point quarters there. Just a really good job by starting the game strong. And they always say it's not how you start but how you finish. A solid 4th quarter, no points on the board, and putting up 14 more of their own. And a good all-around effort tonight by Southwest Guilford to put this one away.
Another Arnold Jones Services Heating and Air kickoff. Been a tough night for Ragsdale, but as we've mentioned, a lot of positives, a lot of things to build on. They got the right guy at the helm, too, in Coach Boykin. who loves this place, says his family is ingrained here. That's all they know. Said he wants to be here, wants to be a Ragsdale Tiger. And no doubt that Ragsdale is going to get things moving in a positive direction with all of this young talent.
I do think it's interesting. Anytime you talk to Coach Boykin, and the few times we talk to him, the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, I'm really proud of our kids. And
Love
our kids do a good job, right? It's always starting there. It's not about, well, we need to do this better on the field, this better on the field. It starts off with saying how much he values the guys and the staff in his organization, in his program. And a lot of people, I don't think, realize what that means, not just to the community, but also to the players, to have that kind of guy leading the charge. It speaks volumes for what Coach Boykin's values are and what his beliefs are in this team and this program going forward.
Half a minute to go for Ragsdale on the ground and still fighting here. Out to the 38-yard line goes Kulier. Pickup of 7. And that might be the end of this one.
Again, just a great all-around performance by these Cowboys of Southwest Guilford tonight. Starting strong, finishing strong, finding ways to get the W here tonight, put the points on the board when it mattered most.
Well, you mentioned the start, you mentioned the finish. It is a Cowboy strong effort for Southwest Guilford tonight. They snap a 3-game losing streak this season. They snap a 3-game losing streak to the nemesis Ragsdale, and they're going to get some hardware when we come back to Jamestown.
Who?
Southwest Guilford wins it tonight 42-16, and they snap that 3-game losing streak to Ragsdale. A chance for a 500 season, maybe a playoff berth still on the line for Southwest Guilford into the regular season finale next week. But now it's time to hand out some hardware. Hannah Brady standing by with the Victoria's head coach. Hannah?
Thanks, Chris. I'm here with Southwest Guilford head coach, Coach Doak. You told me earlier this week you wanted to stay focused, keep that energy and just do what you do. How do you feel you did that tonight?
Well, I think for the most part, we did what we do.
Yeah.
Guys played hard tonight. They competed. They were very successful on offense. We had some great defensive stands. We made some mistakes along the way, but it's high school football, and that's what we do sometimes.
Awesome. And with this win tonight, how do you plan to keep this same level of intensity moving forward in your season?
Well, it's all about these guys here staying focused for the rest of the week and then getting ready for Northwest next week. We just got to have a great week of practice and get after it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations for being tonight's Friday Night Rivals game winners. We're going to present you with this trophy, and I hope you guys enjoy your celebration. Great work.
Hey, this is yours.
Chris and Mark, back to you.
All right, Hannah, thanks. A big win tonight. Mark, your final thoughts.
Just an all-around great effort by these Cowboys.
They're having a chance for a 500 season as they win it over Ragsdale tonight. Big thanks to all the sponsors who make tonight's game possible. Also thanks to Capital Metals and High Point for providing those plaques and trophies seen in tonight's game. Cook's Rentals for the high end zone views, and a Mountain Fried Chicken for providing our crew meal. Join us next Friday at 7:30 from Forsyth County as East Forsyth visits West Forsyth right here on My 48. For Mark Covert, Hannah Brady, our stat man Carter Hicks, and our team in the truck led by Wesley Myers and Lori Bates, this is Chris Edwards saying so long from Jamestown, where the Cowboys gallop into town and leave with a win.